the countdown is still, so the countdown's going on because I'm trying to finish something. And I changed up the ad thing so it should be more normal. So, because I had it incorrect. So right now explain my whole dealings because hold on. Okay. Sorry guys, so it's still a countdown. Still a countdown. Hi. Sorry if I'm looking away. Let me try to explain what I'm doing right now. So I was gonna play that Satada. Let's see how it's pronounced, or Katawa Shoujo. I'm probably not gonna say it a lot. Okay. So I remember it being kind of, you know, it's a visual and I'm really far away from the mic. Sorry. It's a visual novel that is about you are like at a, I was gonna say camp, but at a place for handicapped kind of people with disabilities. And okay. Oh my goodness. We can do this. Just clap your hands if you believe. Right? That's all you can do. So, okay. So visual novels can be kind of inappropriate. So I look into it and it says, you know, there is a censored version. And I am like, fantastic. Because I haven't played the game in a few years. So I didn't remember how raunchy it was until like I saw it. Let's see here. Where are we? This. My goodness, what do you mean additional? We're gonna get through this, guys. Guys, we're gonna do this. Okay. So, back to the inappropriateness. What do you mean, man? It's this space. Okay. You still there? Yeah, I know that face. Okay, it's telling me to manage this space, even though the file is only like a gigabyte. And 400. Okay, let's see. Let's see how big. Okay. All right. So how are we doing though? How are we doing? Because I might. You know, I'm pretty close to. I might purge this memory card because it's doing a situation where it's acting like it's full, but it's not. And let's see. Get info. It has. Let's just delete it all. And it still acts like it's full. It took. Alright, everything's off of the. So I'm putting it back in. And let's see here. Da 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 da. It's me. Alright. Hip hip hooray. So. No, I'm not each. I'm going to format it. So that there's nothing on it. So it's nice and clean. And format complete. So it's nice and clean now. If you can tell, I'm going back and forth between my laptop and computer. And what stinks is that this might not even work after all this, you know, which would be quite a bummer because I spent about 3 hours doing this. Bad Country, you have picked an interesting time to, let me see, not her. Interesting time to watch. It's a time of greatness, and it is a time of potential confusion. So, I am still going to play that visual novel, potentially. Here's the issue. Right now, hold on. I also changed my ads up. So if the ads come in a different way, you just is what it is. You can tell you know how you like study for an exam and 10 minutes before the morning of the exam comes and they're like, hey, let's pretend, I don't know. Let's pretend history, okay? So you study it and you think it's about the 17th century. And you study for it the whole weekend. The morning comes, and they go, hey, did you study for that 16th century exam? And you're like, 16th century? I thought it was 17th. No, man, 16th century. That's your 90% of your grade for the exam. For the whole semester. Have fun. That's how I feel right now. Because I've spent 3 hours. I would actually say 4 hours, like a fool. No, I'm not gonna. Today's not the day. Why did you do that? Okay, I'll pick a good time, though. I'll pick a good time. So, it's downloading right now. Okay, visual novel I'm doing. I am going to do it, and I'll pick the dork voice when the time comes. It'll come in a good time. It says there's a censored version, but this censored version still potentially has nudity. So I'm like, what's the point? Why is this called a censored version if this is what's going to happen? And so I'm not going to play through this whole game before playing it with you guys. You choose this, you choose chaos, what I'm doing right now. I will bargain. There's a character. No. I'm going to start doing it when the visual novel starts. Don't worry. But right now I'm just trying to figure out in my brain, if I can't get this one thing to work, then we are going to play a different visual novel or play Kirby or play something. So you three right there, you're staying along with this adventure. You're staying along for the ride. All right? Other streamers are set and they know what they're doing. Nuh-uh. Not today. Not this time. So I went into the files, and I'm kind of like giving up my... Okay, so I got into the files. I got into a program. I got a way to like get into RenPy. Okay, I got into RenPy and to the Python program, and I got through it where I extracted all the image files through a GitHub. Through a GitHub program, and there was about probably say 50 images I had to censor. And this censorship was a process of taking it out, going into Photoshop, cutting out a certain image, mosaic tile it, and then I put another censorship picture of my character on top of that. And so I did that 50 times individually, one after another, after another, after another, after another, making sure it all sticks and all stays. I did. That's what I did. But what's going to happen is that I don't know if this is going to stick. I don't know if the game is going to, like, I took it out of the system, but I don't know if it's going to read it and go back in. I don't know if that makes sense. But either way, so I'm clicking it. I'm doing it. I'm trying to find a way to see if I'm able. Here, okay. Let's see if I'm able. Let me see. Game rights. Okay, I'm still here. Oh. Shoot, is there any background? Nope. That's music. Background. These are the backgrounds that I changed. Like, options, return. Okay. Stay with me, guys. I know you're there. I can hear you breathing. Kind of. I can feel your presence. Kind of. I know you're there. Kind of. But, okay, is there... Gosh, I'm so nervous I'm playing this on something going down. No, you two. Alright. Is my head still there? How do I test this? Okay. I know how to test this. Okay. I'm gonna test it right now, guys, so... Let's see here. So don't you leave on me. I spent almost 4 hours changing up these censorship things. I do not want you guys to take off. It'll make me sad. Actually, I don't think sadness is a big enough word. What's a bigger word than sadness? Write in the chat, guys. What's a bigger word than sadness? Okay. Here we go. Draw. No. Okay. So I have... Okay, hold on. Despair, that's a good one. Despair's a good one. Do we have others? We have despair. We have not travesty. Why is... Oh, nope, we're there. We're ready. It's... I'm not saving as a copy. I'm saving as it is. Why is it saying save as a copy? Why? Here. Okay, it says it's... Why is it saying save as a copy? Okay. Stay there, people. I know you're with me. I know you are. Here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna give myself the timer, and we can talk. We can talk through this. We can talk through this, all right? I'm gonna give myself 5 minutes, and if I can't get this going, then we are moving on to something different, because I am too afraid of anything bad going down. Okay, you're here to stay. Perfect. But the timer looks better than just like my head snapping back and forth. I just have to do one test. The PC is so much more difficult to deal with editing these photos. Okay. Drawing. Good. Now I don't want to save as a copy. I want to just save. Why can't it just let me save? Okay. I'm going back over to my other laptop. I'm gonna get that photo that I'm using as a reference. But the good news is that we will know immediately if this is not going to work or not. That's the good news. It won't be like a not sure situation. It's like we're going to know right off the bat. Okay, let's see here. All right, 10. Let's just get a shape in there. All right, there we go. Black square. Okay. We got 2 minutes. It's saving. It's saving. It's saving. It's saving. It's saving. All right, it's saving. USB comes out of one computer, goes into this one. We're gonna copy and paste that file in here. No, I'm not gonna. I might have hurt the flash drive. It says. Ask me if I care at this point. That flash drive probably costs like $1 tops. Event. Okay. Paste. This better say yes. Replace these files in this destination. Okay. Oh, glasses. Oh. No. Phone that broke. Okay. I got the phone. Got my headphones. You guys are with me. Okay. I got the headphones in. Yes, I got them in. So we're gonna. We're gonna test this. In your hearts. In your hearts. Please do a rain dance. That this will work. Do a rain dance. Any kind of rain dance I'll take. You want to do an indoor rain dance, an outdoor rain dance? You can hear the music, can't you? Oh, please. Oh, please. Cross your fingers. I've been doing this for 3.5 hours. Oh no, come. It hasn't happened yet. The image hasn't happened. Rain dance, people, rain dance. It's... Yes! Yes! Oh, it worked. It worked. I'm so... You have no idea. You have no idea how happy I am. You have no idea. Well, now I gotta have it appear on the screen. Okay. There. Okay. Now it should appear. Okay. Now, why isn't it appearing on... Hold on. Okay. Closing out of it. Going in. The game's here. Every single time I've ever done a game so far, it's always connected. It's always connected. Game capture. Okay, game capture. And it's the game. Okay. Is there... Okay. Do the streaming gods just want to mock me? Do they just want to say yes, we got you. We have gotten you, Yuri. You thought it was all set, but you were wrong. You were so wrong. Okay. Capture specific one. I've always had the game show. I've always had the game show. Always. Rats. Rats, I'm having a moment here. You know what? I'm gonna remove it. I'm gonna add a new game capture. Add. Game capture. Call it game capture. Specific window. What's the window? Katawa Shoujo. And it should appear right in front of our eyes. Holy shit. How is it? Oh my. How? How? Why is it not showing? Why is it not? I've never had... Capture a specific window. Capture... It's right, because you can't see it, right? Guys, you can't see it, correct? Is full screen mode gonna do it? This is... Alright. We're gonna take a deep breath as a family. Because we are a family. Right, guys? Correct? We are a family. We had 5 people. They are now gone. I am blaming OBS. I'm blaming myself here. Everything. Let's put Pokemon on. Let's put Pokemon on and see if it works right off the bat. I guarantee you it will. Let me see here. Documents. And there. I'm loading up Pokemon Gold just so we can see that why? Okay, so look, we got this going. So let's do a happy dance over there while we watch that go on, okay? Because that is not what we're doing right now. We are trying to play the other game, which I spent way too long getting set up. Way too long. Way too long. Maybe capture specific window. Katawa Studio. Window match. Window. I don't know. Window title must know. Okay. It's not gonna show. Why isn't it? Why? I'm looking up on. Oh wait, I see. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I remember something like this happening before. Guys, put your brains together. Put your big brains together, everybody. Can you do that for me? Put them together. Clap your hands if you want to believe. Do you believe? If you believe, clap your hands if you want to believe, because we are trying to get the correct game playing. Okay, wait. I know what this is. Hold on. Because it appears media OBS appears as red dot. I remember. Okay. Red dot fix. Looking on YouTube right now. It's a guy that has a bunch of shrimp on his program, apparently. So, we're just gonna hold on. We're gonna see what he does. He's clicking on something. He sees that. He's pointing at it. I can't hear what he's saying. Okay. What's he gonna do?
Why this actually happens is because you have another scene set up that already has game capture in it.
Oh. Wait.
That therefore causes problems between.
Okay, hold on.
However, it is possible to fix this. It's
Really easy to fix.
I'm going to transform.
Yep.
See various options here. Boom.
Okay. Ready? Where is it? Where is fit to screen? Full windowed, set, blending, show transform. I have found that video useful. Okay. We just started. Okay, game capture. I need to name it something else. Game capture. There. Perfect. Specific window. Lock preview. Screenshot. Set color. Transform. Rotate. Fit to screen. It fits to screen. You know, okay. This is what we're gonna try to do now. This is what we're gonna try to do now. All right, we're gonna try to see if it just does a full capture of everything, of a window scene. All right, so let's see here. Game capture, not that. We're gonna do display capture, and we're gonna name it. All right. There. Okay. All right, now. Okay. I don't want to be in full screen mode. Okay, is it? Let's get rid of. I'm sorry, everybody. We're gonna get rid of Pokemon Gold right now. Get it off. Get it off of me. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there. Guys, we did it. We're almost there. I'm so proud of us. We can do, no, we're not gonna do Inception where it's you guys over and over again. Okay. Yep. Gamepad. Okay, it says disable. So I guess it's either, it's an all or nothing thing. So let's see full. It's full screen mode. Is that gonna do it? Is that gonna do it? It's full screen. It's supposed to be full screen. What is this doing to me? Why does this mock me? It says I must break you. And then I say back to it, I say, you cannot break me, for I am unbrokenable. That's what I say. Return. Okay. Let me see. Let's put the chat above it. Let's put VTube chat above that. Sucks. Let's get, all right. Let's get a good, what would be a good background here? Says a desktop. Display, personalize. I'm so confident that I have nothing like weird or inappropriate in my, oh, okay. How about we do a little bit of that? How does that look? That's something, right? We got a little bit of, oh, I don't know. Is that going to be copyright? Is that going to be a copyright situation? Or are we good? I think we're good. Are we good? I think we're good. Okay. I'm exhausted. Actually, no, I'm not exhausted. But we have also come to the point where three more things. Okay. Actually, no, two. But at any point, I might completely black out the screen in case something goes down, because I did try to go through almost 100+ images and censor every single image by hand, one at a time. So I did not triple check myself. So if something goes down, I'm just like, I'm not stopping the stream, but I'm just gonna go like that really quick, okay? And then I'm just gonna reassess the situation and reassess my decisions. Now, second part of this is that I had an incentive of 6,969 to do a dork voice for 10 minutes. Okay? So if you do not mind I'm gonna start out normal, and as soon as someone says like go, I will try to do the dork voice. I will have a timer on my watch. I am not excited about it. Kind of rethinking things because a new person might come in and be like, that's how he sounds? But let's get started. And I'm not sure on how to pronounce these names, so we're just gonna go with it. All right? And if you see the beginning, a light breeze causes naked branches to overhead to rattle like wooden wind chimes. Oh my god, these are the So I played, this is a popular retreat for couples in the summer. The delicious no, my goodness, trees provide a beautiful green canopy far outside for teachers and fellow students. No, I can't read. You know I can't read. But now in late winter, it feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. Why are they using these words? I breathe into my cupped hands and rub them together furiously to prevent them from numbing in this cold. This person is purposely using big words to make me feel bad while I am pressured. Just how long am I expected to wait out here? The note says 4 p.m. The note says 4 p.m. It says 4 p.m. Yes, the note slipped between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking. As far as cliches go, see, I read that word. You didn't think I was going to get that word. Got that word. I'm more of a fan of a letter in a locker, but at least this way it shows a bit of initiative. As I ponder the meaning of the note, snowfall gradually thickens. This person got off by using these, like, going through the thesaurus. Like, what's a better word for snowflakes silently falling from the white painted skies are the only sign of time passing in this stagnant world. And some people are watching this, they may not even know what this visual novel is about, nor are they prepared to see when certain things, but please cross your fingers that my that my edits broke through. And oh, that was the sound effect. The rustling of dry snow underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet mood. Someone is approaching me from behind. Hi, Hizo, you came? I'm gonna be saying all these names bad. Hesitating, barely audible question. However, I recognize the owner of that dainty voice instantly. I feel my heart skip a beat. Foreshadowing. It's a voice I've listened to hundreds of times, but never as more as an eavesdropper to a conversation. I turn to face this voice. It's the voice of my dreams, and my heart begins to race. Foreshadowing again. Now, that's not modern art. That was me doing a quick test to see if my edits went through. So I was able to break into this game like a ultimate code cracker. I was able to break into it to do censorship. I want to go. And I need to learn Japanese. I know I don't do well with anime. I'm Western animation person. I got a note telling me to wait here. It was yours? Darn it. I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line, and that was the result. Pathetic. And let's make sure I actually have this correct under it. Yep, I do. I have it correct. I knew I could. All right. Yes. I asked a friend to give you that note, so I'm glad that you got it. A shy, joy, and by the way, the black square is not supposed to be there in the real game, just like you know. A shy, joyous smile that makes me so tense I couldn't move a single muscle, even if I tried. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. My heart is pounding now, as if it was trying to burst out of my chest and claim this girl for itself. Black box, that's right. So theoretically, I could have changed all these images around So, here we are, out in the cold. Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. The cattle. Oh, someone help me in the chat. Cacophonus? Cat. Cataphonus? No, is music to my ears. I know that's like something with harmony. I wanna co flinches for so. Whose idea was this for me to play this game? Ever so against the gust of the wind. As it passes, she rights herself as if supported by some new confidence. Her eyes lock with mine as she lazily twirls her long dark hair in her fingers. All the while, my anxious beating of my heart grows louder, foreshadowing. My throat's tight. I doubt I could ever force a word out if I tried. You see, I just wanted to know if you go out with me. I stand there, motionless, save for my pounding heart. I want to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feel like they've been stretched beyond the breaking point. Hisayo? I reach up and if you ever see, like, I can't believe he's pronouncing it that way, please write it in the chat. I reach up to try to massage my throat, but this only seems to spike of blinding pain across my arms. Hiso? Isao? My whole body freezes, save for my eyes, which shoot open in terror. Uh-oh. Hiso! The breathing in my chest suddenly stops as I go weak in the knees. The world around me, the canopy of bare branches, the dull winter sky, I wanna ko run towards me. All these fade to black. The last thing I remember before slipping away are the sounds of I wanna ko scream for help and an instant clatter in the branches above. Okay, starting now, as soon as anybody wants me to start doing the dork voice, just type it in and I will start. Okay. But once again, I apologize big time for mispronouncing the words, you know, because I don't know if there's copyright problems with me having. Okay, wait, that works. Or is that taking away personalize? Is there like patterns I can do? Browse. Save. Oh, I can have a picture of my eyes looking at you. Oh, you can't see it. That's okay. It's very narcissistic. There has to be some sort of like patterns on here. It's been 4 months since my heart attack. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put that. I'll put him back on. Okay. It's been 4 months since my heart attack. Okay. This whole time, I can probably count the times I've left this hospital room unsupervised on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts, so I've had plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. Arrhythmia? A strange word, a foreign alien one that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition. It causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. Who's having fun? Apparently, I've had it for a long time. They said it was a miracle that I was able to go on for so long without anything happening. Is it really a miracle? I guess it was supposed to make me feel better. Oh, also, I gotta watch the clock because they have that new situation with ads, and it says it'll give me a warning. So then I can, like, potentially... Let's see here. So I apologize if an ad comes on spastically without me giving anybody a heads up. Okay. Is it gonna show me? Are you gonna show me? Are you gonna show me? Is it gonna show me? Why won't you show me? Oh, wait. Okay, pre-roll cut off. Okay. Okay. Okay, gang. Is it really a miracle? I guess it was supposed to make me feel better, more appreciative of my life. It really couldn't do anything to cheer me up. My parents I think, were hit harder than the news by I was. They practically had 2 hemorrhages apiece. That's 4. I'd already had a full day by then to digest everything. To them, it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell our house in order to pay for a cure. Oh. Oh. That's nice. Of course there isn't a cure. Oh, and this says retro because I couldn't find this game, nor could I find like visual novel as a category, which I was surprised on. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I've had to stay in the hospital to recuperate from the treatments. When I was first admitted, I felt as if I was missed. For about a week, my room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cars. Oh, but that slowly dissipates into nothing but sadness. But the visitors soon dwindled, and all of the get-well gifts began trickling down to nothing but shortly after. This could be like an ASMR sad thing. I realized the only reason... Hey, you were playing Kirby 64, and now you're doing about amputees? What's going on? The only reason I've got so many cars and flowers was because sending me their sympathy has been turned into a class project. It's been turned into a class project. That's how upset they were. Maybe some people are genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I barely had any visitors. By the end of the first month, only my parents came in on a regular basis. Aww. Iwakano was the last to stop visiting. Wanako. After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had much to talk about when she visited anyway. We didn't touch the subject that was between us on that snowy day ever again. The hospital? It smells. It's a real place I'd like to live in. Doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and faceless. I guess it's because they are in a hurry, as they have a million other patients waiting for them, but it makes me feel uncomfortable. For the first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate of when I was able to leave. He never answered anything in a straightforward way, but told me to wait and see if the treatment and surgeries worked. So I lividly observed the scar. No, vividly? I'm saying it wrong again. Observed the scar that the surgeries had left on my chest slowly change its appearance over time. Think of it as some kind of an omen. I still ask the head cardiologist about leaving. My expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't even get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answer shows that there is at least some hope. At some point I stopped watching TV. I don't know why. I just did. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation. I started reading instead. Reading? Alright. There was a small library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working my way through them, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more. Found that I like reading, and that I think I even became a bit addicted. I started feeling naked without a book in my hand. Oh, but I love the stories. That was what my life was like. The days became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, differing only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. It felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mess, and I was trapped inside instead of moving within. A week would go by without me really noticing. Sometimes I'd pause in realization that I don't know what day of the week it is. I don't either today. I thought today was Friday. But in other times, all the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness, though the barrier of nonchalant I had set up for myself. Pages of my book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness of my chest would become so hard to bear that I had to put the book aside just to lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as if I was going to cry. But that happened only rarely. Let's get to the women. When's that going to happen? Like, today the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I've last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party. There's a casket. I'm not excited. There's a ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes the time sorting his papers and setting them aside as if to make a point of the pointlessness of what he just did. He then casually sits down on the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks me in the eyes for a moment. Hello, Hisayo. How are you doing? I didn't answer him. I smiled a little bit. I believe that you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine. We have all the medications sorted out. I'll give your father a prescription. Doctor has a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expressions turn wooden as he reads it quickly. So many. I take it from his hand and take a look myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? Pills on 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 pills. You gotta get that. It's like the rave. Absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seems insurmountable. They all blend together in a sea of letters. Okay, let me see how much I take. For my epilepsy, I take 1, 2, 3, I think 5. That's not too bad. But I take like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 pills twice a day. No biggie. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, contraindications, and dosage are listed line after line with cold precision. That's why I never look at the side effect thing, because it gets me nervous. I try to read them, but it's so futile. I can't understand any of it. Attempting to only makes me feel sicker. And this, for the rest of my life every day, I'm afraid that it's the best we can do at this point. However, new medications are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that list fade over the years. Years? What kind of confidence booster is that? I'd felt better if you didn't say anything at all. Also, I've spoken with your parents and we believe it would be best if you don't return to your old school. We're gonna take you to a special school. What? Please calm down. Hisayo, listen to what the doctor has said. Calm down. The way he says it tells me that he knew full well I wouldn't like it. Am I going to be homeschooled? No, 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 no. Whatever my concern shows, it's ignored. We all understand that your education is paramount. However, I don't think that it's wise for you to be without supervision. At least not until we're sure your medication is suitable. So I've spoken to your parents about a transfer to a special school. A school called Yamaku Academy that specializes with dealing with disabled students like yourself. Disabled? What? Am I? It has 24-hour nursing staff and only a few minutes from a highly regarded general hospital. The majority of students live on the campus. Think of it as a boarding school for disabled people. I can make any disabled joke I can. I won't, but since I'm on that list, I feel like that it's okay. It's not as bad. Wait a minute. Have I been paused this whole time? No. Okay. Okay, good. Sorry. I thought... Okay, the other thing was paused. I thought my face was paused in a look. Okay, think of a boarding school. It's designed to give students a degree of independence while keeping help nearby. Independence? It's a school for disabled kids. Don't try to distinguish that fact. I'm not yawning, you're yawning. If it was really free, there wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff, and you wouldn't make the hospital being nearby a selling point. Of course, that's only if you want to go, but your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you. We went out there and had a couple weeks back. I think you'd like it. It looks like I really don't have a choice. Compared to other heart problems, people with your condition usually tend to live long lives. You'll need a job one day, and this is a good opportunity to continue your education. This is an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it a gosh darn it opportunity. Well, you should be excited at the chance to go back to school. I remember you wanted to return to school, and while it's not the same one, a special school, that's an insult. That's what I want to say. Sorry, I'm awake. It's a step down. It's not what you think. All the students there are pretty active in their own sort of way. It's geared toward... We'll understand what that means in a bit. It's geared toward students that can still get around and learn, but just need a little help in one way or another. Your father's right. Many of the graduates of school have gone to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. One of my colleagues in another hospital is a graduate. I don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. That's what a disability is. I really hate that something so important was decided for me. Well, what can I do about it? A normal life is out of the question. It's funny. I always thought my life was actually kind of boring, but now I miss it. I want to protest. I want to blame this lack of reaction on shock or fatigue. I could easily yell something out. Something now. Something about how I could go back to school anyway, but no. I don't care anything. In fact, I know now it's futile. I look around the room feeling very tired of all this. The hospital, doctors, the condition, everything. I don't see anything that would make me feel any different. It really isn't a choice. I know this, but the thought of going to a disabled school, what are those even like? As much as I'm trying to put a positive spin on it, it seems very difficult. But let me try. It's a clean slate. It isn't a bad thing. It's all I can think about to get through this. At least I have something, even if it's a special school. It's something, a fresh start. My life isn't over. It would be a mistake to resign myself just thinking that. At the very least, I'll try to see what my new life will be like. And credits. No. No. Hey, that's me. Not me, but game me. Okay. Oh, check out that music. Now we have to slowly cross our fingers as we play through this that my edits are worked out. Like before, posture check. You see my eyes droop, posture check. The gate looked far too pompous for what it was. In fact, gates in general seem to do that. But this one especially so. Red bricks, black wrought iron, and gray plaster assembled into a hole that didn't feel welcoming at all. I wonder if it looked like it was a gate for a school that looked like, but I couldn't really decide. Probably no, I didn't read that sentence correctly. I'm sorry. Of course I didn't want to get stuck thinking that the gate was for too long. So I entered, though it was a brisk pace. It felt surprisingly good. Moving forward feels good. So I walked towards the main building of Yamaku Academy with a brisk pace. I'm alone as my parents are taking my stuff to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with greens. It doesn't feel like the kind of grounds the school would have, more like a park. Okay, more like a park, with a clean walkway going past trees and the smell of fresh cut grass and all other park-like things. The words clean and hygienic pop into my mind. Makes me shudder. I shake it off. Stay open-minded now. It's your new life. You have to take it as it comes. That's what I tell myself. A few big buildings loom behind the leafy canopies. Too big and too many for just a school. Everything seems off. It's different from what I thought I knew about schools. It's an uncanny valley. Even though I was told this is my new school, in the back of my head it doesn't feel like one. I wonder if the feeling is real or caused by my expectations of a school for the disabled. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kind of eerie. Makes me wish if there's somebody here I could anchor myself to something tangible instead of having this feeling that I stepped into another dimension. The trees hum with the wind and the green hues flashing all around me catch my attention. It makes me think about the hospital again. How they say that the operating rooms are painted green because green is a calming color. Fun fact, that's actually the color of my room. So why am I feeling so anxious despite all this greenery? Only after I stand in front of the naughty haunting main building, I surprise myself by realizing the gate bothered me. It's the last chance I had to turn back, even if I had no life I could return to. But still, after entering, there's absolutely no way I can go back anymore. Feeling nervous with the realization set in my head, I open the front door. A tall man with a bad posture notices me when I enter. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical. Check that. That guy is quite a stud. Oh, don't tell me he has a stutter. So you must be Nikki? Nakai? So you are. Excellent. I'm your homeroom science teacher. My name is Muto. Welcome, Muto. We exchange handshakes, but neither firm nor sloppy, and he looks at his watch. The head nurse asks for a brief check-in visit, but there's no time for that now. Oh, should I go later? Yes, afternoon is probably fine. We should get going and introduce you to the rest of the class. They're waiting already. Waiting for me? I don't really like being the center of attention, but I guess it's inevitable in a situation like this. Somehow not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel very nervous. Thinking of this, I almost miss what the teacher is saying. Do you want to introduce yourself to the class? Now, I currently don't have like 8,000 people watching, so unless I see some big pop of an answer, I'm just gonna go with what I have right now, and I know there's a little bit of a latency, so I'm just gonna flow with it. Sure. Yeah, sure. I mean, isn't that normal? Of course, not everyone likes to be the center of the attention. I do. Okay, I'm probably one of those people, but I guess I should be the one to give the first impression of myself. Right, but it's no problem. Let's go then. My heart's pounding in my chest, and it keeps me thinking about my condition as I follow the teacher up the stairs. The third door down in the third floor corridor marked as the classroom for class 3-3. Muto opens the door and enters. Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late again. I hesitate for a split second at the door, freezing on the spot. Get a grip. This is a big step, I know that, but there isn't any point in worrying so much about it, at least not this soon. Let's play Guess the Disability. Okay. Well, the one on the top far left, something with her, we'll say it might have a glass eye. The one next to her I can't see. The blonde, I don't think there's anything there. The third, there's a burn. The fourth one looks like it has a cane. Second row, the girl in the purple hair, I don't see anything. Middle guy, nothing. Far right, nothing. Has a bandage on his head and a hat. Corner left, bottom left corner, I don't see anything. Middle, I don't see anything. And she's missing a hand. I know it looks like she's hiding it, like it's scratching above her head, but looking through all of the images, I already know this. I follow my teacher in my classroom and look around, partially so I won't have to meet the curious gazes of my new classmates. It's pretty spacious. The ceiling is unusually high, and there's a lot of space left over around between our desks. The entire wall is taken up by blackboards from a high, old-fashioned windows make it seem even larger. The students' desks are just standard wooden desks with a shelf underneath for books and wooden chairs with metal frames. Simple and efficient. I stop walking in front of the classroom and face the other students, but they all look normal, like students of any other school. But then, why would they be here? They're probably like me and have something wrong with them, only it's not just immediately obvious. Then I notice one of the girls seems to be missing a thumb on her right hand. It's just a little jarring. Despite the what? Oh, that would stink, losing your thumb. That's like your main guy. I don't know. Take the middle or the ring finger. I heard taking away the pinky finger messes you up too. All right. You can tell I'm very focused. Looks like looks like we got Peter Griffin in the top right. Boy, everyone looks kind of normal, and then you got that guy. Despite I'm gonna feel bad if he has some kind of narcolepsy. Despite the natural tendencies to listen when someone is talking about you, I tune out the teacher's speech halfway through while he introduces me to the class. I notice a flash of dark hair and see something looking at me. A girl with really long, straight hair and pretty eye-catching, as it seems me looking back at her. She covers her face with her hands as if to make her invisible. There's one boy with a cane. Oh, I caught it. I thought of an umbrella. Locker near the rear of the class. It's weird seeing someone so young with a cane. Another girl seems to be making some weird hand motion. Sign language? She peers at me with the rim of her glasses and goes back to whatever she's doing. She's kind of cute. So is the cheery looking girl with the pink hair sitting next door. She's really hard to miss. I don't know how I don't notice her the moment I walked in. Please welcome our newest classmate. He claps his hands, so does everybody else, except one girl in the first row. Well, there's only one. I didn't laugh, you laughed. I cringe a little, but hide it by bowing and thank you for the applause I did not deserve. Yuri has been canceled. The time is 8:06. A collective silence tells me I should open my mouth now. So I am Haizo Nakai Hisayo. And after that, my hobbies are reading and soccer. I hope to get along well with everybody, even though I'm a new student. And after that, I'm being so boring. This is like every other self-introduction ever. I should say something more exciting. I end up saying nothing, and the teacher picks up from there. Everyone seems to be satisfied, even with the little I said, though a few girls are whispering to each other, throwing glances at me. It could have gone worse. I listen to the teacher as he drones about getting along with while letting me gaze sweep across the classroom. Everyone seems to be listening to him attentively, and when he's done, they clap their hands together, which feels like a weird thing to do. The first row claps this round with one hand against the other wrist that ends with a bandages stump. Makes me feel a little bad. He looks like he just got out of like Alcoholic Anonymous, but he wants to go back. We are going to do some group work today, so I'll give you a chance to talk with everyone. Is that okay with you? Yeah, that's fine with me. That's good. You can work with Hakamashini. She is a class representative. She can explain anything you might want to know. And who else would be able to do that better, right? Yes. How could I know? Teacher passes on the day's assignments and announces that we will be working in groups of 3. It hits me that I don't know Hakamichi is. Slow, the teacher seems to catch my helpless expression. All right. Hakamichi is right there. The girls know he is a Yeah, visual novel. Yeah, there's always the protagonist like that. Let me quickly. I usually make a Twitter post on. Let me make a quick Twitter post. I'm actually doing this right now. But yeah, and I almost kind of want to read to the side point. I actually made a visual novel last year, and I re-looked at it, noticing, trying to make sure that like my name in that isn't part of it. But that was something I've always wanted to do eventually, or other people. Hold on, want me to mispronounce? Let me see here. Want to watch me, want to listen to me, want to listen to me mispronounce names in a visual novel. Come and see/listen to this crazy weird novel. And I do that, and I think I'm just gonna end it there. I'm not gonna try to find anything. Okay. Alright. Hakamashi is right there. Alright, and I'm looking at the pre-roll off, so I'm gonna see how that is. Okay. Alright. Hakamashi. Alright. Whatever. I'm moving on from that. As he calls out her name, the cute, bubbly-looking girl with bright pink hair and gold eye waves her hand at me. I take a seat next to her, by the window. Hey, I guess you're Hakamichi, right? It's nice to meet you. Ha 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 ha. What? Caught you off guard by her laughter. It's nice to meet you too, but... Oh, ew. I am not Haka. I'm just going to say, I'm not Haka. I am Misha. This is Haka. I'm shortening up just so we don't. The hand drills of destiny. Giggling, Misha points to the girl next to her. The one I saw using... And if anybody at any point wants me to say, like, go for the deaf girl or the one with no arms, like you know, let me know. Giggling, Misha points to the girl next to her, the one I saw using sign language before. It looks like she has been staring at me the whole time. I've played through it twice, and there's one route I don't want to go because it's mostly like depressing the whole time, and it's kind of like, ugh, like going through it. Giggling, Misha points to the girl next to her, the one I saw using sign language before. It looks like she's been staring at me the whole time. She nods once nonchalantly to show she acknowledges my presence, but only barely. Wow. She has short, yet carefully kneaded, brushed hair, a pair of oval-shaped glasses balanced on the tip of her dainty nose, and dark blue eyes that seem to alternate every few seconds between analytical and slightly bored. It's nice to meet you. ... Oh yeah, she can't speak. She immediately looks at Misha, who smiles and makes a few quick gestures with her hands. I love how that was the Haka nods at me with a few gestures of her own. I start to wonder if the teacher was messing with me, saying things like, you'll be able to talk to people, and who is better to explain things to you? I can see you're a little confused, right? I understand why you would be. This is Shin-chan. I'm gonna say Shi-chan. I was Shi-chan is deaf, so I am the person who translates things back and forth for her. I'm like an interpreter. She says it's nice to meet you too, but I'm gonna shorten up names to make it easier to say. Sorry. You're a new student, aren't you? Well, Shi-chan, of course, he is. If he wasn't, you'd have been standing up there for no reason, right? Seems like a very interesting person, doesn't he? We knew we were going to get a new student, but we didn't know you would be here today so soon. He-chan, right? He-chan. Yep, it fits, doesn't it? Did I say that loud? It's just a surprise. I've never liked the nickname. Oh, they're nicknaming the nickname, so I'm doing a wrong nickname. I don't really see how. It fits. You look just like I imagined. ... I love how the one that can't talk, they just put dots. Yeah, he looks just like He-chan. I wonder why everyone seems to think so. ... Haka taps her fingers on her desk to get Misha's attention. They gesture back and forth to each other, over excitingly with their hands in a blur. Misha seems a bit overwhelmed. Aha, oh, sorry about that. Shi-chan wants to know that she's the class rep, so if there's anything you need to know, you can feel free to ask her. ... Do you like the school so far? We can show you around a little bit if you haven't had the time to walk around and familiarize yourself with it. Misha stumbles with her hand word a bit, making it stick out in an otherwise fluid translation. Thanks, that'll be pretty helpful, yeah. I just came straight from a class today. ... That's no good. You should always try to learn as much as you can about where you're going before you go there. Not just with school either. Always. Even if it's a trip to the convenience store. Really, Shi-chan? Learn about it where you're going. I guess I didn't bother to do that. Or just didn't care enough to do so. I didn't look forward to this, even if I committed myself to go along with it half butlery. But anyway, I don't say anything, and Misha signs something and ends with a shrug. What was that? Seems like it was about me. I feel like slumping over in my seat. Both of them aren't smiling. But then the shrug hit me unexpectedly deeply. You look down, are you okay? ... Don't take it the wrong way, please. I hate it when people are afraid to ask questions. That's how people learn things, by asking. As for help is perfectly normal, as much as needing help. Stop looking like you just failed a test. Wahahahahaha, alright. Another thing. You don't have to call Shi-chan something so formal like Haka or class rep all the time. Just call her Shi-chan. Huh? Okay, maybe that's too casual. Maybe Shizun would be more appropriate. Stop making me do words. I can't do... Shizun is fine. Shizun, that's how I'm doing it. Okay. That'll be a lot easier for me. Feel more at ease. Both they seem so friendly, so I feel like an idiot for being so apprehensive earlier. Especially about Shizun, who I assumed would be all business. Well, she seems like that. Just less so, I guess. I guess she's excited, ... Huh? Alright. We haven't even touched the assignment. We should start work now, or Shi-chan will get mad. Uh-oh. The assignment is kind of long, too, so we should start now if we want to finish it before the end of class. Wahaha, that too. Oh. Shizun glares at the door of us impatiently. I don't need to know sign language to understand that. Okay, I get the message. After class, we can take a walk around the grounds together. It's a nice day today, okay? The assignment is actually very challenging to get through, combining aspects of being both difficult and unnecessarily long. But we did it. Still, we finished a few minutes earlier than anyone else in the class. Despite our late start, Shizun and Misha are really capable. They're quite different though. The class rep is calm and professional as she looks, while Misha is a lot more playful and girlish. Hey, that's sexist. Come on, it's 2022. Not to mention a little more easily distracted. To be honest, the two of them did most of the work. I feel guilty about that. Clock tower bell rings, signaling the end of the period. Time for lunch. That is a handsome man portrait right there. Without knowing what else to do, I follow Misha, who is beckoning me into the hallway and down the stairs. We descend even below the lobby where I met Muto, down to the bottom floor. Just like everything at school, the cafeteria seems too spacious and oddly modern in contrast to the classic exterior. Here, there's mumble mutters. Okay. Its big windows open to the courtyard towards the main gate. It's the cafeteria. Her enthusiastic statement is so obvious it makes people around us stare. But Misha doesn't seem to care, so we proceed to the line. There's a rather long list of menu options, which seems great until I realize that many of them are to accommodate students with special diets. How nice. Almost feels like I'm back at the hospital, eating portions measured in scientific precision to meet the needs of the patients. I pick something random and follow Shizun to the table, sitting opposite of her. As I nibble indifferently to the food I'd rather not eat, Misha pokes me to the side to get my attention to point Shizun. I don't understand sign, so the point escapes me. Maybe looking at a person who talks to you is proper and polite. Do you want to know something? What? About anything. We're the guides, so you should ask us if there's something. I wonder. Oh, what do I want? What do I want to do? What do I want to do? What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my stream. Because this 1 minute ad thing. So I'm actually going to watch my stream logged off on my laptop and see what goes down. Okay. So this will be interesting. Okay. It's retro. I'm muting it. So this isn't me trying to bump my numbers up. I'm just seeing. Okay, so I'm gonna click the 1 minute ad right now and see how it is, okay? Alright guys. This Carl? Okay. Alright, now I get how the ads work. Chipotle commercial with Carl. Okay. Ask about Shizun's deafness. I don't know. I feel like that's mean. I'm not gonna ask about it. I can't think of anything, really. Well, that means we're being good guys, doesn't it? Doesn't it? If you say so. Misha positively beams, and so does Shizun after a quick translation. I shake my head at their somewhat exaggerated enthusiasm and shift my focus on the food. Misha and Shizun sign back and forth with animatedly throwing sideways glances at me. Misha refrains from translate. This is so stereotypical of the new guy, and every girl is in love with him, and he is completely oblivious. And maybe they are talking about the secret girl stuff or something. I quickly notice the conversation and sign that is not enough to fill silence. Uh-oh. We arrived at classroom early, but we're not the first. The dark-haired girl I noticed before slumped over her desk at the last row. Say what? She jumps a little when Misha crashes into the room with the elegance of a rhino. She sinks deeper into her seat. I can feel the tension all the way from here, as if she was slowly turning into stone from our presence. Misha and Shizun didn't either don't notice or don't mind it, as they walk directly past her to the seats and begin to converse. I left wondering about her, even when the classroom slowly fills with other students and finally the teacher. Getting into the rhythm of school feels strange. It's as if my brain is remembering how it's done, but my body doesn't. Towards the end of the class, I start yawning and counting the minutes left. I shouldn't be this tired on the first day of school. Maybe it's the long time spent in the hospital that made me like this. I'm even feeling physically weak and lifeless. Oh man. Before long, the final bell rings. School is finally over for the day. Besides me, Misha and Shizun are having a short conversation. After a bit of deliberation, Misha turns to me. Unfortunately, we can't stay and show you around today, Hik-chan. We gotta hurry already, since there's a lot of work for us to do. You'll find your way around here, I'm sure of it. Wait. Teacher said I have to see the nurse. Where should I go? Is that so? We can at least show you that much. Come on. Nurse has her own building, so we have to go outside. We join the flow of students making their way down the stairwell and outside, with the girls pointing out to the other senior classrooms at the same hallway as ours. When we get outside, the girls make their way to a similar building right next to the school. It's built in the same style, so it looks like it's actually part of the main building. This is all auxiliary building. I think I pronounced that right here. There's a lot of official and important stuff inside, like the Yamaku Foundation office and all the nurses' offices. They even have a swimming pool. How is that official? Don't be silly, Hik-chan. It's for physical therapy, of course. Anyway, all the nursing staff facilities are there too. The head nurse's office is on the first floor. You'll be fine from here, right? We'll be going then. See you tomorrow. Yeah, thanks. Bye. Whole building for stuff has nothing to do with the actual education. I guess it's necessary for a place like this. I walk in, hoping that this is really will be the quick visit like the teacher said. On a white door on the left, green cross with the text head nurse and a nameplate. A voice from inside responds to my knock almost immediately, but I can't quite make it out. It sounded like an invitation to open the door, so I invite myself further in. The room is not large, and it smells strange. That's a nice combination. A friendly-looking man turns around in his office chair to face me as I enter. His desk is neat and tidy, but the bin under the table is overflowing and with used medical utensils. There is at least a dozen coffee cup rings lingering on the desk. Hello there, what can I do for you today? He is a young-looking sort of rug, but his dimples on his cheek wash that impression away when he smiles. Are you the nurse? He smiles like a person who has heard the same question hundreds of times. Look at that smile. Okay, sorry. Well, yes, I am. It says on the door, no? You can call me by my name or just the nurse, like everyone does. Of course, I shake my hand. I shake off my confusion. Realize I should probably grab his extended hand. His handshake is rather firm and friendly. Right, I'm the new student and my homeroom teacher told me to come and meet you. My name is Hisayo Nakai. His lights light up with revelation and snaps his fingers. Oh yes, that Nakai. I was just reading your file this morning. Some kind of chronic arrhythmia and related congenital heart muscle deficiency, right? He gestures me to sit down on a vacant armchair in front of his desk. Yes. Good, well you'll probably been briefed about the school enough, so I'll just go over this quickly. We have all kinds of facilities available, mostly physical therapy and such. There's always someone from my staff around, even at night, so never hesitate to call us if there's a problem. The famous 24-hour nursing staff. Wow, this is like a hospital. Well, not exactly. For instance, we don't do brain surgery here. His joke feels so out of place that I'm left thinking why he even said it. Yeah, just that it's really weird to have so many medical people at a school. You'll get used to it. I'm not sure of that myself, but I don't let the nurse know it. Now, let me find your file again. While he searches for something from his computer and shuffles stacks of paper around, I let my gaze wander around my room. It's an epitome of generic, I'd like to say. Beige walls and ceilings, dark gray laminated flooring, and all the equipment you expect from a school nurse's office. Even the ridiculous educational posters are hanging on 4 walls, reminding me to eat properly 3 times a day from all the food groups. Smiling, the nurse draws a thick file from a stack of similarly thick files and opens it. So you already have medication for arrhythmia. Just remember to take your pills every morning and evening, or it won't much help. Apart from that, do you do any sports? Rash stuff like, I don't know, boxing? He grins at his own joke, but I don't. Well, I played soccer occasionally with some classmates. Alright, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to recommend you refrain from doing that, at least for the time being. Oh. My lack of reaction makes him raise an eyebrow, but really, I'm not too bothered by him forbidding me to kick a ball around. I guess I never did it out of burning passion for the sport, just to have something to do. Any kind of concussion might be very dangerous to your heart, and risking another attack is not a good idea. Was that the previous cause of a sudden concussion to the chest area? Is there no mention of the cause in your papers? Or not exactly. I sidestep the question acceptably as he glances over at my papers with a more serious expression on his face. Still, you need to keep your body healthy, so some exercise will do you good. We have physical therapy and such available, as I said, but I don't think you really need such heavy measures. Just get some light exercise regularly. Brisk walks or even jogging, jumping rope, that sort of thing. Swimming? Maybe. There's a pool here. So I was told. You were? Very good. Any rate, I'm sure you've been told this before, but you need to take care not to overexert yourself. He wags his finger to emphasize the point. No need, really. I've heard this 1,000 times already. Absolutely no unnecessary risks. Take care of yourself. Okay. He goes over my papers one more time and sets them on the desk, obviously content. Good, that's it then. Come meet me if you need something. I'm ushered out before I even realize it. A quick visit indeed. I end up standing in the front of the main building of the auxiliary building, although to my eyes they still look one and the same. It's the first real look I get at the other students, so I watch people come out of the school going towards the gate or the dorms. Everyone seems to know where they're going. I still keep thinking that most of them don't look too special for being students at a special school. Then again, neither do I. Does that make me one of them? One of us? Should I go somewhere too, to prevent me from getting lost? It's around dinner time, but I feel tired instead of hungry. The weariness of me only grows as I trudge towards the dorms, such little way apart from the main building complex. There's a garden of sorts between the schools and the dorms, shrubbery, flowers, an overbearing smell of fresh. Well, this game is all happy jingle jollies at the beginning here, isn't it? And that overbearing smell of fresh cut grass that fills the atmosphere. It dawns on my tired head that my smell feels novel because I haven't been outside at all for so long. The dorm building is big and made out of red brick, like the others. It feels way too pompous for what it is. I push forward going inside. My eyes, posture check. It takes more time than necessary to fish out the keys I was given in my pocket. Room 119. Despite the ornate exterior, the inside of the room is fairly new, functional, and boring. Just like that, the main building, the halls and the doors are wide to accommodate wheelchairs. Same goes for elevators at the end of the hallways. I poke my head around the corner of the common room door. Inside, a few students are watching the television. One nods and gives a quick hello before I turn back to the TV. Seems that only girls are around here are sociable. I suppose that's perfectly fine with me. Okay, all the girls are going to be with him. Blah, 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 blah. We know this, but it'll get, I don't know, spicy or something. I don't know. Ask me why I played this game. I don't know. I climbed the stairs to the upper floor. Because I got 2 viewers, man. I gotta find a way to change my ways. Here, small corridors branch off from the main hallway. Each of these minor halls seems to have a toilet and a shower, as well as 4 rooms. About halfway down the hall, I spy on room 119. The nameplates on the room adjust to minor blank. I guess there are just 2 of us here. Light shines from the door of 117, so I lock lightly. Hello, is anyone home? From aside, I hear a few moments, then a clicking of way more locks than I thought this door had. After a moment, the door squeaks open. Be spectacled, like spectacles, like glasses. Boy is standing in the doorway. He is looking at me very intently through those extremely thick glasses. Who is this? Blind? No, at least not completely. Why would I have eyeglasses if he was? He was. He leans closer to me until his nose is almost touching. His breath stinks of garlic. Hisayo Nakai. I'm moving into the next room. I thought I should introduce myself. His face suddenly brightens with realization as he stands back upright. My eyes open, my eyes! Thrusting his hands out of a smiling greeting almost straight into my diaphragm. Oh, sup dude, my name is Kenji. Hi. I take Kenji's sweaty hand and shake it. Still a little rattled by the sudden change of attitude and Velmet welcome. There were some suspicious looking people going in and out of your room earlier. It was probably my parents. Your parents? You sure? Because they could have been some people too. You can't judge a book by its cover. His out-of-place proverb is left hanging between us awkwardly as I try to think of some way to respond. I'd say the chances are high enough. He shudders to make some exaggerated hand gestures. You're a brave man, Haseo. Me? I don't think I could trust the chances. The only one I can trust is myself. Does that mean I should get to know you either? He thinks about this for a while. A wise decision. Darn! You're smarter than you look. Probably. What does it look like? I hope not smart. I realize I censored it, but 99% of the people who play this want the censored part. So, a little bit of me is back and forth. He squints his eyes and leans closer again, but I lean backwards to dodge it. Stay for the censored part because it's funny how I censored it. Never mind. It doesn't matter. With that, he fumbles around in the moment in search of a door handle and shuts the door behind him. I slide the key into the locked room marked 119. Bleak beige walls, white linen, a desk made of some type of light wood, ugly curtains. It's no one's room. Impersonal, like my hospital was. My bags are sitting at the foot of the bed, looking a lot emptier than they did this morning. What is that? What does that mean? Is he saying like someone stole stuff? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. The closet is sitting open, stocked with my clothes. Also, it seems like there's a number of school uniforms hanging there as well. A note is pinned to the sleeve of one of the shirts. Hi, Hee-chan. We have unpacked your things and made your bed. They say that if these things don't fit, that you should go to the office tomorrow. If you have any problems, you can always call us. Love, Mom and Dad. Aw. Well, at least I don't have to worry about unpacking. I kind of hoped I would have. Then there'd be something to do. It's still too early. I put the note down on my desktop and lie on the bed feeling drained. Lying there makes me want to read something, but I have nothing with me. I wonder if the hospital can condition me for wanting to read whenever I had nothing to do. The restless urge just kept growing until I had to stand up. Maybe it's stress or something. I was pretty nervous before coming, and for the entire day too. I still think I am. Darn it! Do you like that? I have to distract myself somehow, or so I won't be this unnatural all the time. Tomorrow I'll go borrow some books from the library. Yeah, I'll do that, but for now... Pills! Bottle of medication neatly arranged on the night table catches my eye. I pick one up and shake it to the nearby to hear the contents rattle inside and then read the glued up pharmacy label. Haiso Nakai. 2 tablets daily to stay alive. Doesn't really say that, but it could just as well. It's kind of twisted, having your life dependent on chemicals like this. I resent it a little, but what choice do I have? With a sigh, I begin my new daily ritual and taking the right number of pills from each bottle, being careful to check the correct dosages. I lie down again, feeling hollow and uncertain. Then after that, I keep staring at a blank, unfamiliar ceiling for a long time. It doesn't start looking any more familiar, not even after the darkness falls and a long shadow crosses my room like fingers. I'm actually going to change the background just so, let's see, does that one work? Because that's me. Yeah, I can be egotistical. I'll put me on me. It doesn't start looking any more familiar. Not even the darkness falls and the long shadows draw across my room like fingers. The sheets feel slightly more comfortable, warm and nest-like against the chill that passes from my room for room temperature here. I read that sentence all the way wrong. I think... Did I do it? Oh, I didn't click the ad right. Sorry. Let me get power cord really... Let me plug it in here. Let me plug it in. It's always a risk to try something new. I know visual novel is a little bit different than like bow, 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 bam, bam, bam. But, you know, you gotta take chances. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But you gotta take chances, right? And that's what I'm doing here. Taking chances for you guys. Soon, the lighter shade of darkness that is the ceiling... Soon, the lighter shade of darkness that is the ceiling looks like every ceiling does at night, and it becomes the only thing I recognize anymore. The night beckons me to sleep, and I feel the coldness of unfamiliarity and fear creeping up my spine once again. I kept drifting further away from the world I knew. Oh no. Where's he going? No. Okay. Transition time. I wake up in a strange room. Solid morning light shimmers against the light gray ceiling. I had forgot to draw this curtains to close again last night. Huh? This is my room, isn't it? My room. This is the 3rd room this year, but I'm supposed to call it mine. Various things around here remind me that indeed, it's me who is supposed to be the one living here. My bags are on the floor, my new school books are on the desk, my numerous medications on the night table. I stare at the bottle for a moment, deliberating until I open the bottle, shake out a pill, and pop out of the tablets from a foil sheet. I down it down with a chaser of water without thinking about the chemistry. My uniforms are in the closet. I slink out under the sheets and stretch my back before dressing up. Putting on a new school uniform feels like dressing in someone else's clothes. The artificial smell of generic detergent invades my nose, but the feeling of fresh cloth against the back is a good one, a natural one. It feels like a school uniform as it should. It's not much different from what I'm used to wearing before. It goes from other things too. So far, this place seems more or less like a normal school, except for the people. I think back when I talked to Kenji yesterday, Misha's constant laugh, and Shizu's sweeping sign, and I want you guys to think about, should I go with the burn victim, the girl with no arms, or the girl with no legs, or the deaf girl, or the blind one? I think those are all my choices. So if you hear me, and if you're there, and you're interested, I'll try my best. Alright? Okay. Well, I've only met 3 students so far. Maybe they aren't that normal, but I'm sure others are. Or, perhaps, people like them are passing what passes for normal around here. Yeah, what does pass for normal around here? What do people do? I didn't see a lot of kids hanging around from classes yesterday, so maybe there are clubs. If so, I wonder if I should join one. There are always clubs at these schools. Always. All through class, the question remains on the mind, so I decided to ask Shizu about it when we split into groups. After all, she did say if we have anything I want to know, I should ask her. She crosses her arm and shifts her gaze slowly to Misha, who looks more preoccupied with trying to grind the eraser of her pencil down so that the top is perfectly and evenly flat. Oh boy, she is pissed off at me. Sorry, Shi-chan. Is there something that you wanted from me? Oh, I see. That's a good question, Hi-chan. My first thought is that means she doesn't know, which is worrying. Maybe I'm being too negative. Well then, Misha, please don't prove me right. Huh? Oh, that's right. Everyone is encouraged to join a club. A lot of people do so because there really isn't anything else to do. There are also school events, like the festival coming. There's always a festival, and there's always clubs. It's how it has to be. Okay, almost every student at the school tends to help out with it, doing whatever. So, you actually transferred in at a busy time. Maybe you can help out too. Sure. What's the festival about? Misha freezes. Whoa. I don't know, Hi-chan. The truth is, it's a local event, and I'm not from this area, so... There's a lot of sign language that just went down right there. She starts signing desperately to Shizu, asking... Okay. Asking her to bail her out. Shizu adjusts her glasses at the end, and an oddly gratidos flourish and starts signing hard and heavy. Whoa. Huh? Oh. Who cares? Misha puffs out her chest as she shouts Shizu's words out at me with a disproportionate amount of pride. Too loud. I can see heads turning to look at our direction. Not so loud. Aw. Human beings evolved with each new generation. The ideals and beliefs behind a festival will inevitably change with over time. What does that mean? Now it's about delicious fried food and amusing little games that you play to win prizes. The teacher clears his throat loudly, battling his long wooden pointer against the other palm like a baton. He shoots a pointed gaze at us. Finally noticing where we are, Misha stifles a yelp and quickly quiets down. Shizu doesn't seem embarrassed at all, though brushing off without a care. Because she can't talk, so she can't get into trouble. We're in the middle of the class. We should start working. That's right, Shi-chan. What? That's right. Hik-chan, are you asking because you're interested in joining a club? Could have been my eyes playing tricks on me, but I think I saw a suspicious glance exchange between them. Misha's tone has also changed, though it does that with every other word anyway. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Misha and Zizu look at each other again. I'm about to ask what they have had in mind when something dark flutters in my wait. I know this. Wait a minute. I know this word. Perceptual? No, not perceptual is not. Oh, what is it? Peripheral? I think. I know what. We all know what it means. Catching my attention out of the corner of my eye. I see the girl with dark hair get up from her desk and slip silently towards the door. It doesn't seem like she was working in any group, and no one seems to notice her but me. I glance at the teacher, who's also looking at the dark-haired girl, go, why doesn't she say anything? Ichan, is something wrong? Do I look uneasy as I feel? Or was Misha just looking at me for a long time after the girl left? No, nothing. Looks happy. Okay, well, like we were asking, if you don't have any plans for lunch today, do you? Thought we'd go to the library and pick up some books. Not really. Do you want to have lunch together then? Sure. Yay, a perfect laugh. Okay, Hikchan, perfect. The rest of the class passes uneventfully. The girl with the long hair has never come back. Why is it already? It feels like it's already leaning me towards the burned girl, and I want the no-legged one. Before I have the time to put any more thought into the she could have gone, the teacher informs us that it's time to stop working. Shizu looks more than a little annoyed that we only just barely managed to finish all of her work in time. I'm just glad we finished it at all. It's not a constant thing or anything. Yes, it is, Hikchan. Impossible. Really? I've noticed this before, but it's kind of funny how Misha, always moving her hands and signing not only everything she says, but what everyone else is saying at any given time. Obviously, it must be Shizu who can understand it. Her eyes dart back and forth between Misha, hands, and me. I don't know who I'm supposed to be looking at, but I'm talking to Misha, but it might be wrong. Maybe I should face Shizu. I'm used to looking in the direction of the person whose voice I'm hearing. But really, Shizu can't hear me, but it would be disrespectful to talk to her through Misha. Then again, isn't it what she's doing? No, she's at least looking at me. This is all very confusing. It will take some time to get used to. It's not a contest, because contests are competitions over a prize. And there's no prize on the line. It's not really a contest. It's a weird situation. Shizu's eyes flash dangerously with a competitive glare. She stares at me as if surprised that I had challenged her. That I'm challenging her? I think maybe this is a contest to her. I've never noticed how dark and blue her eyes are. It's truly an alluring gaze. Did you like how I caught myself? I think I really did. Are you sure, Hikchan? Very sure. You're wrong, Hikchan, because I don't want to be in the slowest one in the class. Therefore, what's on the line is my confidence and ability. Let me see. Hold on. And hold on 1 second. Okay. Never mind. Sorry. Wait. Okay, I got it. You're wrong, Hikchan, because I don't want to be the slowest one in the class. Therefore, what's on the line is my confidence and my abilities. And the prize is the satisfaction of proving them. That's sweet, isn't it? I think it's sweet. Wahahaha. She pushes her glasses up in the bridge of her nose in a very matter-of-fact way. I'd argue more, but the bell rings, and she quickly gets up and picks up her bags, looking at me expectingly. I almost forgotten that I was supposed to have lunch with them. Where do you want to eat? Cafeteria? That's so plain. Okay, let's go. Plain? Well, I guess. In my old school, I liked to eat outside, near the back of the building. It was a good spot, but I didn't find it until near the end of freshman year. I wonder if there's a similar place to eat here. Misha seems to imply as much. Shishu and Misha pulled towards the cafeteria, which is surprisingly not packed. Maybe some students are favor eating in classroom or outdoors. I saw some of my classmates had boxed lunches. After we finish eating, Misha picks up where we left off earlier. So Hik-chan, you want to know about clubs and stuff, right? Right? Yes. Right, Shi-chan. Okay, I guess that makes sense to ask first. Exchanging little nods of confirmation, they turn to face me again, and Misha straightens her posture as if she's about to deliver a speech. Hik-chan, do you have anything you're really interested in? Sports, 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 girl with no legs, girl with no legs, sports, sports. Alright, I used to play soccer, but I'm not really into it. I don't follow the teams and players or anything like that. As of late, I usually just read a lot. There's a book club, right, Shi-chan? Right, but it seems like all the members they can possibly have for now. Sorry, Hik-chan. It's a really popular club. Okay, but more to the point, Hik-chan. Does that mean that you don't have anything in mind? Not really. How come all things have clubs in these visual novels? Good, great, that's great, Hik-chan. Really great. A bunch of laughs. Why is it so great? No reason. Well, Hik-chan and the other clubs are upcoming festival. There's one thing. Student council. I see. I don't know the school had a student council. That was very melodramatic setup, though. Just tell me that. I'm pretty sure that the two of them know this, because Shishu looks a little embarrassed about it, and Misha is laughing. Shishu quickly retakes control of the discussion in a manner of speaking. After all, it's still Misha who has the voice, whatever she says. ... Right. Hik-chan, maybe you should join the student council. They could use more people. Yes, definitely. You should definitely join. Why? Well, for one, we can hang out every day, Hik-chan. Shi-chan and I are both in the student council. Actually, Shi-chan is actually the president. I'm starting to get suspicious that Shiju and Misha might not exactly be the most unbiased people to talk about this with. As if reading my mind, Shiju quickly adjusts her glasses and signs something to Misha. ... Let me see. And... okay. All right. So you're admitting that... ... no, we admit nothing. I mean, Hik-chan, of course, it would be nice if you joined. We'd appreciate it. But even without that, joining the student council shows a healthy interest in working at one school. Yep, it's true, Hik-chan. Besides, you don't want to spend time with us after school, Hik-chan. I can't tell if she's being genuine or this is just really good acting. Both of them seem to be trying to look their cutest, although they're already pretty cute to begin with. Well, no, so it's settled then. Welcome to student council. Why do I keep saying council? Hik-chan. What? No. Aw, see, Hik-chan, of course he wouldn't go that easily. ... Yep, that's right. Though it'd be boring if it went smoothly. Oh well, Hik-chan owes me candy now. You were betting on it? Hey, my life is not a game here. Shiju seems very intrigued when Misha signs it to her. The aggressive glint returns in her eyes. Wow, that's interesting, Hik-chan. Let's play a game. Hey, Moon Ghost. I can't. I don't have one. That's not what I said. How about rich man, poor man, Hik-chan? If you lose, you have to join student council. No, absolutely not. I don't... wouldn't it be sweet if I can go, like, to this voice to, like, a full-blown anime voice? Maybe with some practice. Why not? Well, because the two of you both have the same incentive, and therefore the same goal, which is great for me to join student council, right? Council. Why do I... ... Yup. Yeah, that isn't my goal, but what it means is that both of you can team up, and I'll have a clear disadvantage, so I'll have to decline. Oh... Got him. Hichan, I'm very offended. Are you saying you don't trust us and that we would pull something so disingenuous? Which makes me sad. Sorry? It's kind of hard to tell as Shishu's influence ends and Misha's thoughts begin. ... In order to atone for hurting young girls' feelings, you should definitely join the student council. Council. I can never say it. This is your chance to practice. Moon Ghost, it's not... That is a voice-changing situation. It's, I don't know. I shouldn't look in... Should I look into the voice changers in the future? I don't think I should. But at the same time, there's no up and down in my voice. If I try to do a girl voice, it'll just... It'll be a disaster. And you'll probably clip it. So, no one wins in that one. No, see? Even my character agrees. How about a game of paper football instead, Rich Man Poor Man? Paper football? Yeah, it's a game they play in America. They make a paper triangle and then you try to shoot it past goalposts the other player makes with their fingers. Isn't that cool? It's like the ultimate form of competition between two people. I know that was your intention, Moon Ghost. And it's also played by elementary and middle school children, Sheik-chan. Wahahaha. Wahahaha. That means it's a game that really separates the boys from the men. Got 'em. More like the boys from the slightly older boys. Anyway, I'm not going to play that either. Just the fact you know it means we're probably surprisingly good at it. I love how it's all casual and happy and all this stuff, and I just know it's... Well, it's not like Doki Doki Literature Club, but, it gets... Just really cross your fingers that my background edits actually work. Yeah, that's true. How'd you know, Hig-chan? Shishu frowns at Misha, telling me that she probably wasn't supposed to admit that so readily. I wouldn't say I'm happy with their attempts to get me to student council. Counting like numbers council. But I'm a little curious about what student council does here. I did it there. I've never been in one before, or even know anybody who's a member, so it interests me. I also kind of like Shishu and Misha. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Okay, Hig-chan, what about Risk, a game of world domination? I don't know what that is. It's really fun, Hig-chan. You fight for control of the world, with armies and everything. She sounds like Shishu would be good at it. If you want to play, we can after school. Ah, really, Sheik-chan? We can play just for fun. Hig-chan. Sheik-chan hasn't played in a long time, so if you want to, you have no strings attached. Well, okay. Okay, perfect! We'll see you after school in the student council room. Then, Hig-chan. Wait, why there? Because that's where we keep the game. I grimace to tell you how much I do not like this, but it's more of a show than anything. So in the end I agree, but only after getting Shishu to acknowledge that I don't mean anything concrete just by accepting. And I'm gonna see, that's gonna be my practice. My practice is the voice, not the single straight line dead voice. That's my goal for this. That's a big goal. So just by accepting to take a look around to play a game with her. Lunch ends and we go back to class. Why is it acting like I have to go the burn girl route, victim? I don't. There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't. During afternoon classes, the long-haired girl comes back, sits down in her seat without a word. Again, no one seems to notice, or if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be nosy. After school, Shishu and Misha quickly find the first floor lobby and latch onto me, covering each flank. What's a flank? In case I might try to escape. I feel a little offended. I've been considering it. Nevertheless, I'm a bit disturbed that enough people have made a break for it in the past that they're on guard. Most of the escort, this doesn't make me feel very comfortable. In fact, it makes it feel like a dangerous prison being transported to a cell. Wahaha, what's wrong, Hey-chan? That's right, we're just gonna play a game of Risk, remember? I don't know, Misha, it seems a little sinister to me. I start thinking that when we sit down and play the game, they'll tie me down and torture me until I agree to join their student council. Well, that's highly unlikely, but still, for some reason, it just seems like it would be so plausible. Okay, flanks are your sides. Who's used the word flanks? Like, as your sides? Oh, wait, I haven't. Oh, I didn't. Oh, I didn't do the 1 minute ad thing. Sorry. Guys, I don't know what that means if I don't. From here on in, I'm gonna be doing it. Like people... Oh, I blew it. Okay, I'm gonna put... Actually, I'm gonna put a timer on my watch. That makes a lot more sense to me. I'm gonna put a timer on for... 21. Okay, got it. Got it. Okay. Do I have it? I got it. Getting to the student council is not as simple as turning 2 corners from where we started. What? That's it? This is what makes you guys on top. It makes it seem so silly. Oh, flank steak. Steak. That's not true, Hik-chan. Shik-chan says that their life is threatened. People have shown the capability to pull off superhuman bursts of speed. Life is threatened? Her expression unchanging, Misha signs something amusingly to Shishun, who makes a baffling face and puts her hands behind her back, looking pleased with herself. Misha frames deafness and hums cheerily. Stop that, I know you heard me. You have no excuse, unlike Shizun. Oh, excuse. Shizun opens the door to the student console room. It's very plain, sparsely decorated room, although it's quite large, maybe even larger than a classroom. There's a big table in the center surrounded by chairs and a small desk prominently placed in the back. I assume Shizun's. There are a few regular desk chairs attached to one side as well. Extras, perhaps? Aside from the tables and chairs, the room doesn't have much else to offer. Just a couple of filing cabinets and bookshelves stacked with old school records and documents. Not much else. In fact, nothing else. This is a pretty bleak room. They could at least put a potted plant in here or something. But the most noticeable thing in the room doesn't have other people. Are we early? Uh-oh. No. What do you mean, no? Does that mean there's no one else coming? Yeah, that's right. Before I manage to ask why that's the case, Shiju claps her hands together very energetically. Hik-chan, let's play Risk. Come on, you promised, didn't you? You have to. Okay. Do you want to know the rules? We can explain you while we set everything up. Maybe it should be like an ASMR thing. Shizuni. While Misha is talking, Shizuni. Okay, Shizuni. I'm sorry that I bother people with reading it incorrectly. Shizuni. I'm writing it down. Shizuni. Nay. Like nay with na? Wait a minute, Moon Ghost. Now we gotta figure this out. Like nay without the Y is na. Shizuna? Shizuni. I'm doing Shizuni. That's what I have decided. Shizuni. takes out what looks like a board game from behind one of the filing cabinets and throws it to the table. Nay. Like nay. Shizu nay. Nay. Nay like a horse. Zoo like... Well, horses aren't in zoos. Actually, she looks kind of interested. Alright, kind of interesting. After Misha spends a little too long for her liking running through the basics with a somewhat vague and confusing tutorial, I'm actually putting a sticky note with her name. Shizune cuts and declares the game has started with a decisive motion, slicing her arm through the air. Alright, Shizune, aggressiveness is rubbing onto me. I start to feel more competitive than I intended to be when I agreed to this. I think I got Misha right, though. Halfway through the game, while I ponder how to defeat Shizune assault from the two fronts, she breaks my concentration by drumming her fingers on the table to get my attention. Now, you can say, who's my favorite? I know there's more characters. We'll see. And if you ever want, like, Hik-chan, Shi-chan, that's why I'm going until anybody else tells me otherwise. Why are you trying to make that long to move? Shi-chan also says that she will leave. Wait, will let you keep Australia if you agree to join Student Council. Council? Why can't I? I thought this was a game, no strings attached. Just the fact that she would dangle that over my head as an offer means that she knows I care about the outcome of this game. And anyway, no. Shi-chan admires your fighting spirit and would be benevolent dictator if you would spare your people and agree to join Student Council. Council. I can't do it. Laugh. You're so competitive, Shizune. How about that? She seems to take that as a compliment. I would expect the Student Council president to be a little more magnanimous. You didn't think I knew that word. Alright, showed ya. Magnanimous. She doesn't seem to know. Hey! Look at that. The game doesn't even know what the word means. She doesn't even know what the word means and how it's signed, so I feel special. So she pulls out a piece of paper and writes on it for Shizune, who returns and signs it back to Misha. Misha presses her index finger against her temple as if to try to physically imprint the word into her memory. But I'll say my favorite pretty soon because I know there's more in these characters. Suddenly, Shizune, and the one that'll first give me a cutscene will be the one. Shizune bursts into a flurry of gestures. Misha looks daunted by the pace of her heated signing. Wait, please slow down, Shi-chan. Hik-chan, Shi-chan says you're gonna lose. Tell her I will crush the world empire with my rebellion. Ooh. Okay. Her eyes. Look at that eye. That face is perfect. Her eyes shine of childlike mischief. She says you have no chance if you keep playing like that. No, you won't. Okay. She has a point. Attack aggressively. It's a trap. It's smart to play defensively here. I'm gonna say attack aggressively because that's what I would do. Okay. Oh, I didn't read the one. I have nothing else left to lose though, so I might as well try something different. Maybe if I sprout my force and try to control more. Oh, this is getting kind of real here. Shizune seems to focus on conquering whole nations. Oh, sorry guys, this is getting a little too real. So maybe I can sacrifice the whole continents to gain more small. No! It's worth a shot. A few turns later, I end up losing the game anyway. Okay, see, maybe that'll be the outcome in the real world right now. Shizune adjusts her glasses victoriously and allows herself to tentatively pump her fist in the air of celebration. I win. Yay, there's no need to translate that. It's pretty clear. Wow, don't look so sad, Hik-chan. You're really giving it your best. That's what I thought. Sometimes your best just isn't good enough, though. If anyone knows that, it's me. You did very well for someone who just learned how to play today. ... Hik-chan, you attacked Iceland and North America at the same time. That's a very daring move. Hik-chan is impressed. The mark of great people is that they are daring, that they can follow through. You're already halfway there. Isn't that great, Hik-chan? That isn't enough, though. Just potential isn't enough. There's no point to potential if you don't take the first step. And there's no point to that if you don't keep going. I want to see more. You're right, Shi-chan. But that's so demanding. ... Ooh, got closer. Shizune leans forward, suddenly looking a lot less playful and looking a lot more serious person I expect her to be from the start. Hik-chan would like you to join the student council. She really doesn't waste any time, does she? But it's only the second day of school, so I hesitate about committing to something so early. Haven't even looked at the other clubs yet. You better. But spending time with Shizune and Misha doesn't seem like something I would hate. But I still need more time to think about before I decide. Maybe I'll get back to you on it. Aww. Okay, Hik-chan. I hope you're not just saying that so we don't feel bad. No, really. Really? Hik-chan, if you're going to say that, you're saying that it's definitely the truth, and there can't be any mistake in it. I know. I guess I should have my revenge for losing at the very least. Look at that face. Shizune smiles in that mischievous way that feels like twisting a knife in the wound of my loss. I take a glance at the clock at the wall and realize I've spent far longer playing Risk than I expected. Sorry, I think I have to go. I want to go to the library. It's not closed yet, is it? Shizune scratches her head and gestures to Misha. How hard can it be to determine whether a library is open? There's a clock right there on the wall. ... It should be, unless the librarian is absent. I think you're right, Shi-chan. We think... Whoa, sorry. I pressed it too quickly. Something about being open or not open. No thanks, that's okay. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Ooh, that's a new face. This is a new area. One flight of stairs up, I run into problems. Second floor is halfway as a carbon copy of the third floor. Wide, of course, and plain, like all the hallways can be. Problem is, the library's whereabouts are not easily determined as one would think. Classrooms are marked with signs stating that the class they belong to, but then there's a plethora of other unmarked rooms. Is the library one of them, or is there someone down the hallway? I bet the latter and choose the direction at random. Okay, I don't remember what happens, but I guarantee you there's going to be something where he runs into someone else. That even happens in the visual novel I wrote. So I turn around the corner, unmarked door, and draws my attention because it's not closed. It's not open either, though. It's barely ajar, so I can see it open and nothing else. It makes sense for the library to be intentionally open? I don't know that word. And while this one is not quite... I should write down words that I don't know. Invitingly. I think that's what it is. But I want to learn. And while this one is not that, it's good enough. At the very least, it means that someone is inside and I can ask for directions, no matter how embarrassing that is. I gingerly push on the center of the door with my fingertips, every muscle in my arm ready to pull back in a moment's notice. The feeling of being outside this school can't be shaken from my mind, so much that I instinctively fear that something wrong by entering. It slowly creaks as if groaning from a deep sleep, though it's much easier open than I anticipated. Leaning over and poking my head further inside to gain sight of the room as fast as possible, the meek hello on my lips quickly snatched away. I think this is the blind one. I don't know, should I go for the blind one? This is not what I was expecting. I mindlessly let the door open to its full extent, taking the sight of a solitary figure, taking center stage in an otherwise abandoned room. Situation steals my voice, leaving me standing in the doorway staring at a beautiful girl. Eventually, having taken her time to assess the situation, the girl gently puts down her teacup and opens her eyes, but doesn't look at me. Well, hello there, may I help you? Staring directly in front of herself, the movement of her lips seemed to break the silence rather than the words. Ooh. However, the soft, measured words that reminds me she's being separate from the room herself. Not only that she's the tallest, tall girls are nice, I've ever laid eyes on, but even among the foreigners I've met, she's strikingly distinct. Hi, sorry for intruding. I was just, kind of lost. She takes a moment to formulate a response before speaking. Every action she takes feels like it's carefully choreographed beforehand. Care to take a seat? Why don't you take a seat? Unexpected, considering that I'm interrupting upon her. Thanks? I slowly step towards the seat on the opposite of her. The girl resting the teacup and saucer on the wooden table. By the way, the best ASMR for me is the sound of teacups and saucers moving around. I don't know why. I could listen to that all day long. The way she doesn't track my movements, or actually no, not all day long. I just love the sound. Track my movements with her is telling. That the slightest cloudiness of her eyes mean that she's at least partially blind, like Kenji. Come to think of it, her voice doesn't have a detectable accent either. I guess she must be half Japanese. As I take a seat, her composure takes me slightly off guard. Her hair of relaxed confidence and the silence entirely... I'm not reading the sentence correctly, so I'm going to move on. The calming atmosphere is so very different from the student council. I can't say it. I take your new student to Yamaku. Yeah, I just transferred here yesterday. I get a distinct feeling from my speech patterns don't match the formality of hers. Accidentally? Why can't I say? Oh my goodness, I am dumb. It's accidentulated. Accidentulated by her restrained bow of greeting. Oh, you're gonna think I'm dumb. One wish I hastened to match before realizing the futility of the situation. Wow. I'm Lily Santo. Pleased to meet you. Haiso Nakai. She gives a nod before gesturing roughly in the direction of her teacup. Would you care for a drink? Sure. So much that it pains me, I can't seem to step in front of her formality in the proceedings. She gives a kind nod, taking the request in stride. Without another word, she steps out of her chair and prepares a second cup of tea from the collection of supplies laid out along a shelf. A brush here, a brush there, her left hand often slightly touching the side whichever container she's pouring into. It seems to be a process she follows dozens of times before. As I lean sideways to see her back, she seems to be using her long, dainty fingers to measure the right amount of water in the cup. It's one thing to see different disabilities the students in my class have, but it's quite another to see how everybody seems to adapt. Shizune and Misha have no problem working together to communicate to me, and Lily herself seems to have workarounds for problems I never thought of. While I found slightly guilty about doing the work, she seems pleased to be following the correct process of the offering preparing the drink. So, her soft voice brings me out of my silent observation. Which room are you looking for? It's not often this classroom is visited after school. The school's library, Shizune and me, some classmates told me this was the floor. She finished pouring the water into the teacup as she nods, a small metallic tapping coming from her teacup indicating it's being stirred. I'm aware of Hakimishi, as are most students, to be what that means you're in class 3-3. No? That's right. In the science room with Mutuo. She gives a small giggle before setting down a teaspoon, slowly walking towards the table, teacup and saucer in hand. He's quite the character. I imagine you'll come to like him. Most do. Ooh, now I get to know what I look like. Ooh. Like every other protagonist in every visual novel, plain with short hair. As she sets down the tea, I gently take it and have a sip. So should I go for the blind girl or should I keep going for the girl with no legs? Girl with no arms is off the table. She's too depressing. I remember that. As she sets down the tea, I gently take it and have a sip. I'm really more of a coffee person, but it seems like a rather bad moment to bring it up. Nonetheless, it smells quite nice. I hardly think it would be hard to choke down. Thanks, Sato. It tastes really nice. She smiles and quickly waves her hands in front of her face. Lily, please, there's no need to be formal. She says that in spite of her exceedingly well-bred speech. Oh well, I guess I should try to ask about herself, as it really does seem that she is catering to me. So what class are you from? I imagine one of the third-year classes. Correct, I'm in class 3-2, which is the third floor, same as yours. It's taught by Miyagi. We're going to go with that. And it's specifically for both blind and partially blind students. I see. I mean, got him. I feel like slapping myself for the faux pas. Looking at her face, though, she doesn't seem to be the least bit put off by it. Stream won't play. Wait a minute. No? Is it playing now? Wait a minute. Pre-roll off at the my clock. My pre-roll thing was I had it on a timer. And now it says pre-roll off and it went like back to another number. So wait, is it playing now? BRB. Oh, so now the stream isn't playing and you're sad and you're leaving. I see how it is. I see how it is. Speaking of how to see how it is, let's talk back to the blind person. My, there's no need to change your speech on my account. Ironic, isn't it? Okay. I'm gonna make sure I've been looking at that time. Okay, an environment like this would be a big change. Big change. While the same can't be said for everyone, you may have come to terms with their conditions. The category, which include her, it seems, all too ready to jump ship from this particular topic. I should get into another. Do you come here for a drink often? It's really a nice place. Thinking on it might be her vision of the place behind my school that I like to have lunch at. I come here fairly often during lunch times. My duties as class representative don't leave enough time for the official club. So, a friend and I use this room for having tea. A class representative, huh? She's in love with and friends with the Burn Girl. Compared to Shizune, her mannerisms seem to be almost completely opposite, while Shizune's blunt and fiercely driven. Lily seems relaxed and calm, almost aloof. Come to think of it, she might be useful and less biased view of the school's clubs. Who knows? I don't know. What kind of clubs are you here to join? The more popular ones are the track and field club. Now, the track and field club is going to be the one with the girls without legs. So do you think I should go for that? What do you think? Should I keep going with the blind one? That's not an answer. That's a distraction. There are also numerous small ones too, though, such as the art and the music club. Not art and music. We're not getting to the no-arm girl. She's too depressing. I can't handle that already on a visual novel stream. Already took a risk doing that. Risks are being made. Risks are being made. At the time, I'm just wanting to get on my feet. Rushing into a club right away seems surprisingly unappealing. Slightly. I wonder if the school shares the same rules as my old one. Is it compulsory to join a club? It isn't, though it's encouraged. Ah, good. That's a relief. I've really let down my guard around this girl and let such things slip out. The fact seems so slightly amuses her. Not wanting to get a tea to get cold, I finally start drinking it as Lily does the same with me. Transition time. They've been there for several days. As I look over the window over her shoulder, I notice light coming into the room has distinctly orange tint. Even here, time doesn't stand still. Huh, the time's gone quickly. Sorry? Right, she's blind. Of course she can't see the sun setting. It just looks like the sun's starting to set. It seems to come as a surprise to me. I guess I might have lost track of time. Sorry, Haseo. I didn't mean to keep you from the library for so long. I quickly move as already concerned. Oh no, it's okay. The library's still open, isn't it? She pauses and takes a moment to think about it. It's probably something I should have asked for when Shizune and I had the chance, but Lily seems to know in any case. True, it's open till 6:30 during weekdays. A quick glance at my watch confirms I have enough time to get there. Shall I have the blind girl show me the way? That's deep. That's too deep for me. Oh, I clicked it. Sorry. She smiles, gives me a deep nod, and her hands neatly folded in front of the table of hers. It was my pleasure. Oh, come to think of it, shall I show you where the library is? I couldn't possibly ask for more help. I should be able to find it all right. Well, unless my navigational skills fail me, which seems to have a habit of doing. He's getting the blind one to find, let her show the way, him the way. It's all right. I was gonna be talking to the librarian there any case. I could introduce you. This gets better and better. It's pretty hard to deny her offer. If you're sure, that'd be great. Thanks. She stands up to follow me as she takes hold. Straight retractable cane that has slipped in her handle in the bag and on the floor. Compare the cane of the boy in the class. Lily looks much thinner and longer. His must be for support, while Lily's is for navigation. Together we leave this peaceful room and enter an empty hallway in the way of the library. Side by side, my pace carefully slowed to match hers. We walk slowly through the hallway. It doesn't take long enough to arrive at the door of a warm-looking room, apparently situated in the center of the floor rather than either wing. Ladies first. Ooh. She appears to give an appreciative smile at the gesture, taking the lead as we follow in. To the left is the wooden library counter, with the library proper being on the right. It easily dwarfs my old school library, with a distinct smell of old books giving me a place of an almost old world air. There don't seem to be a lot of students here. Considering the time, it isn't a big surprise. Everyone's probably in the school grounds or the dorms. Yuko, I'm doing Yuko. She says it to thin air as the librarian doesn't seem to be present. And of course, Lily can't see this. What's unexpected is that it draws a reaction. Something from under the counter thuds against it, followed by a quiet wail. Aww. The origin, apparently the librarian, quickly crawls out and bounces up to extremely rigid attention. Hi, Lily, how can I help? Her voice is strained in a falling attempt to sound casual as she's rubbing the back of her head. Good afternoon. Oh, I held down the button. I don't know what she said. It's nothing, I just hit my head. See, I dropped the eraser under my desk while I was looking for it, a pencil dropped, and I was looking for both. You came and surprised me. Are you alright? I'm sorry. I couldn't have known that you... It's okay. It's okay. Sorry for making you worry. This is nothing. I've had worse happen to me. Uh-oh. She's quick to reverse Lily's apology, almost frantically trying to push aside the possibility that she could be in any way inconvenienced by bashing her head on the counter compared to being blind. Yes, worse things have happened. The girl fidgets with her fingers as Lily doesn't seem to drop her concerned expression, and then she shuffles some papers around on the counter for no reason. No reason. The reason for the season is pleasing. A little shorter than Lily, repealed with glasses, freckles, and a very troubled look. She seems to fit a librarian perfect. She seems to fit a library perfect. My sentence still made sense. Ah, Lily, did you get the message? Message? Oh, the 2 imported books that arrived. Right, they finally came. I can't believe they took so long, but... And Mr. Celebration, partly for managing to change the topic, I'm sure. She notices me from the corner of her eye and then freezes on the spot when she does. Oh no, I'm sorry for not noticing you before. Do you need to check out a book or return one? I'm sorry. The way she can quickly shift between moods is a little unsettling. He's with me. Come on, we gotta get to the sexy part soon. It's gonna happen soon, guys. Though I did alter them a little bit. Sorry. He's with me, Yuko. This is Haiso and custom change. Not a patch change, custom. You'll see. This is Haiso, a new student. Haiso, this is Yuko, the school librarian. Pleased to meet you. Haiso, right. Haiso, pleased to meet you, Haiso. For a second, she visibly attempts to engrave the name in her mind so she won't forget. Yuko often arranges to import foreign books in Braille for me. Would you like to tell Haseo? Let me see let me make sure. Okay, I'm good. A little about the library? Lily's innocent suggestion is met with an expression of abject terror. Yeah, please Lily, I can't. I don't know what he could be interested in. This is too much responsibility. How is any responsibility at all I don't get? But her objection is so sincere I don't tell for a doubt. For a second she'd rather disembowel herself on the spot than tell me where the light novels are. But so there's a lot of books in Braille here. I attempt to save the day by asking the first thing that pops into my head. It seems to work at least partially, as Yuko seems to not exactly relax, but at least look slightly less tense. Sorry, I'm yawning. Part of my medication is that it gets a little sleepy sometimes. I'm fighting it because I didn't have any caffeine. Well, I think about a third or a fourth of Yamaku's library is either in Braille or audio. A third of it? Makes sense, given all the blind students you had here. If it's only that, how come the library is so big in the first place? Well, we get a lot of new books regularly because the library is adequately endowed. Ooh, that's probably why. They spend more on new books than my salary, and then I have to organize the shelves of them. It's so troublesome that they weigh so much. I wish I could quit this job. Aww. Very awkward silence follows this revelation of too much information. I'll go check the aisles then if you don't mind. It's probably best for all of us if she doesn't keep talking to me. Very well. Meanwhile, Yuko, I would like to have those books if it's alright with you. My first impression was right. The library is surprisingly big. Ambling down the narrow aisles, I study the spines of the book in random order, occasionally sliding one out to read in the blurb, taking it with me if it looks good. In a few moments, I have a respectable stack of books in my arms. I guess I'll never be stuck for choices in here. The normality of the books sinks in. Sure, they are large print and braille books scattered throughout, but it is what it is, a library. It's as if a calm mood from the room I had with Lily is snuck in with us in here, unless if it was here to begin with. Something about that puts me at ease, just like before. I reach at the end of the aisle and find we're getting closer to the burn girl, but we are not going to be following her way of being. I reach to the end of the aisle to find a collection of desks set up for studying or personal reading. Going a little further, though, I discover a nice, quiet corner at the back. While the rest of the library has odd students sitting at the desk, either reading or steadily sleeping. The back is pretty much deserted. As I glance around, I see someone who I recognize sitting on one of the several bean bags. Yes, dark-haired girl from the class, the one who snuck out of the classroom earlier. She's reading a book, keeping it close to her face, which makes it look like she's really into it. But she's really hiding something. Something of yours. Lily is cute, Moon Ghost, but we're not, at least for me. I mean, I'm still thinking about it. Today I had pegged her as more of a delinquent than a bookworm. In fact, her mysterious appearance from the class raises all sorts of why in my head. Intrigue flows slowly, but surely down the surface. Before I know it, I'm walking towards the mysterious long-haired girl. I guess there's no harm in introducing myself, as I would with anybody else. She's a classmate after all. Walking over another beanbag, I take a seat and lay the books beside it. My books. The girl starts, looking scarily up at me from underneath her fringe? This is the first time I've seen her so close. Underneath her long, dense bangs, I can see part of her face. At least a third, if not half. It's pretty badly scarred. My eyes are immediately drawn to those scars, subconsciously peeking past the hair until I meet her own eyes. For a second, I am shocked and divert my eyes to the book in her hands before I realize that looking away probably only made it worse. Okay, I'm back. So, I guess pre-roll off. I don't know. I gotta figure it out because I thought I had it figured out, but the ad came when it said I had like 3 minutes left of pre-roll off, but obviously that is different from the normal ad, so I'm gonna keep. I'll keep taking a look. All right, but luckily I have another computer, so. It takes many seconds to collect myself, so I didn't read it during that time, so you didn't miss anything. Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. I don't want to I want to get far away from her. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. It's okay. The girl certainly doesn't look like it's okay, but I let it slide. So, do you mind if I sit here? She seems to be very uncertain whether it's okay for me to sit, but she finally nods a little. Okay. I take a seat next to her, and she hides behind her book. Life of Pi, never heard of it. So, sorry again for startling you. I'm Haso. Hi, Sao. She looks from her book. stalling a little before replying. I know we're in the same class. Jerk. Her speech is stilted and so quiet that it's barely audible, even in the still library. Somehow I think my delinquent impression of her was wrong. Hanako? I am Hanako? I reserve the urge to say, that's a nice name. Just have something to say, but really, that's the only thing I can think of. I feel like an idiot. Everyone here must be used to being different to each other. Here I am, being all bothered and fussed about that kind of thing. Don't let me interrupt you reading. I'll just check these books out if you don't mind. She nods a little and sighs a little sigh of relief. So I try to read the covers and introduce of the books I picked up, and she buries her face in the book. Uncomfortable silence consumes us. My eyes still wander in her direction as I sneak peeks of her flowing hair and her scars, and the scars it's hiding. After a while, I realize she's doing the same, only pretending to be immersed in the life of Pi. Uh-oh. Her gaze not inquisitively at all, though. It darts around like a scared rabbit. When our gazes finally meet, the chain reaction is unstoppable. Whoa! She stands up forcefully from her beanbag and takes a deep breath, punches me in the face. Bam, bam, bam. End of story. End of credits. Make it happen. All right. I hate you. I got something to say. Without warning, Hanako takes off and runs towards the counter. Her hair-like takeoff catches me so off guard I don't manage to go after her till she has a good head start. By the time I reach the counter, she is nowhere to be seen. Lily and Huko are happily chatting away. Maybe I should start reading books aloud. Uh-oh. That's like scary. That's scary music, guys. That's scary music. Knowing I won't be able to catch Hanako myself, I approach the girls. Hey, did you notice a girl run past here? Yeah, maybe what'd she look like? Long dark hair, kind of shy. She had some scars on her face. You wouldn't be talking about Hanako, would you? Yeah, that's her. I saw her reading and tried to talk to her, and I think I scared her off or something. Oh dear. Yuko, would you excuse me? I'd better try and find her. Or we'll have the blind person find the person running. I'll just hold on to these books until you come back. What's going on? I'm sorry, but I'll have to explain it to you some other time. Right. I'll see you later then. Lily hastily grabs her cane and hurries out the library. It sounds so terrible thinking of a... Okay. Hold on, let me... Sorry about your internet. Sorry about the internet here. Thank you for coming on the stream, Moon Ghost. Okay. Lily hastily grabs her cane and hurries out of the library, leaving me alone with Yuko. I don't think I'll ever get the hang of this place. Did I do something wrong? Posture check. What did you do? Nothing. I was just looking for some books, and then she got this fit and ran off. The most offending thing I think I did was I might have looked at her general direction a few times. Well, she is a very timid girl. You have to be careful around her. She can be very jumpy, I think, and she's not accustomed to talking with other people. Isn't that a bit strange? I wonder. It's just how it is. She is, I think. Yuko doesn't sound that convincing. Then again, maybe this is just a norm around here. Everyone has their own problems. or else they wouldn't be here. But how should I deal with these people? Forcing myself to act overly casually only makes me feel phony. Big fat phony. Like I was supposed to be ignoring the elephant in the room. Yuko fidgets, looking like she wants to say something to that, but resists it. I think it's the elephant only if you feel that way. I guess she doesn't have a good sense of self-restraint. It makes me smile, and she blushes heavily. What? Oh, is she a love interest? I don't think so. Did that sound stupid? No. It sounded really wise. I guess you're right. It's more about me than anyone else. Neither of us had anything to add, so Yuko fills the silence by shuffling some papers around. People who have papers on their desk really like doing that. Did you find any books? I should be closing soon. I mean, the library should be closing, but I have to do it. I hope that's not too inconvenient for you. Oh yeah, I want some books, but I left them over there because I'll just go get them. I fetched my stack of books from beside the beanbag where Hanako and I were sitting and return it to the counter. Wow, you read a lot, don't you? I am surprised with that too. Why did I click it? Sorry, I clicked it too soon. I had a lot of free time earlier this year, so I just kind of started reading books to fill that time. I couldn't do much else. I see. But she doesn't have anything else. Just checks the books out for me. I guess this is why they call it attack. See, is there pre-roll off? Is there a way for me? There has to be a way for me to view. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Let's see, not that. Chat, no. Let me see. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just trying to see if I can. Oh, I thought there was a way for me to here. Thought there was a way for me to see the ad break. Enable stash forward. Okay, I don't care about that. I thought there was a way for me to see if an ad was about to play. So I can, like, tell you guys. But is it just random? Welcome to the chat room. Only the light. So I'll try to keep a lookout, but yeah, I don't know. I thought the pre-roll off was like, followers, bitrate, subscribers. Oh, if anybody knows, because I don't pre-roll off. Okay, only the library books with one arm. I thrall my pocket for the key to the door. A sudden sound from behind startles me, making me nearly drop the books I'm carrying or the key that I almost managed to get into the lock. I turn around to see who's talking to me. It's Kenji. He seems to be in a friendly mood, although light glinting off his glasses in the dark gives him a sinister look. It's just me. This makes him pause and lick his lips nervously. Yeah. Who is me? I don't know anymore. I don't know anyone called me. Oh, are you some new guy again? His voice suddenly strained and quick. Yes, but we've met before. Yesterday. I don't think so. I remember someone who I met only yesterday. when he was that. What day is today? I try to ignore him. Is he joking or what? Prove that we met before. You live across the hall. You're Kenji. Kenji, jump back. I'm giving him orders. Kenji, jump back. His eyes fill with uncomprehending fear. How do you know my name? Darn it. This can only mean one of two things. Either we have met, or you are telling the truth, or I just can't remember it, or you are a spy. He pauses. A psychic spy. Cool. Cool. His eyes dart around me, trying to peek into my room, although it's hard to believe he can see anything through those thick glasses. His mood swung from friendly to manic in less than a minute. I'm not psychic. How do you know that? I'm not a mind reader. So experiment-wise, I am when it tells me to like, so I'm gonna play an ad, okay, and then I'm going to time how long before it asks me to play an ad again. Does that sound good, guys? So I'm gonna play an ad, and then I'm going to time it for later on how long it goes before asking. And if it goes to like 30 minutes, then I know that it's the correct time. Okay? So hang on for just a minute here, guys. Is it going? Is the ad going? I don't see it going. I'm gonna hang on. Hang on, we're at 23 seconds here. Eyes open, head tilted back. Obviously, this will be something I look into because I thought I had this all figured out. But I was just... Okay, you should have potentially saw an ad, so I'm gonna time how long before the next ad comes. We're gonna figure this stuff out. That's like the last little part I need to know. How do I know that? I'm not a mind reader. Hey-oh, Kenji points his finger at my face darningly. Unlike you. Stop that, man. We just met yesterday. What's wrong with you? I live in this room. Lies. If you think you can pass this Hayaso because I'm legally blind, you are so sorely mistaken. So mistaken. You don't even look like him. I mean, you resemble him. Your resemblance is real slim, maybe at a distance, but who do you think you are kidding? I want to grab him by the shoulders and shake him. Exasperated, I rub my eyes and let out a heavy sigh. Oh. Sigh. Stay here. Stay there. That's the word I was trying to figure out. Okay. Kenji comes closer, one careful step at a time. I stay still. At least he assaulted me physically. Least he doesn't want him to assault him physically. Although I doubt he could do much damage even if he did. Wow. Way to be a jerk. Way to be a jerk. Oh wait, I see it now. It really is you. Sighing again, and then once again for good measures, I step backwards, just in case. What's up, man? You don't look too good. Is something wrong? I don't know. Just had some stupid happen to me. A few stupid things, actually. even if you discount this one. I can't get a proper touch on other people here, and I have no idea if it's because of me or because of them. I don't know why I'm telling you this, telling this to Kenji. It's not like we've had any contact either. That's rough, dude. Yeah, I'm sorry about calling you a psychic spy and all. You can never be too careful. It's a hard reality we live in. I'm slowly starting to think that Kenji isn't necessarily living in the same reality as the rest of us. You see, you see how it is, this world. There's no justice, you see. Even when I lose, I win, because I don't lose the lesson. Okay, what does that mean? Doesn't matter. He dismisses it flatly with a wave of his hand. So what happened? Why the long face? Do you have a long face? It's nothing. I just got scared off. I just scared some girl off accidentally. Literally, too. She actually ran away from me. Was my fault, really. I think I'm not really used to this all yet. A girl? A cute one? Cute? That's a hard question. She has a nice body and really beautiful hair, but the face? Uh-oh. Okay. I don't want to go her route, so I'm going to say something very mean. But I mean, I don't want you to consider me a mean person, okay? So when I click she's not cute, do not get mad at me. Actually, I'm going to play some sad Titanic music as I do this. She wasn't cute. Oh, man. There's a lot of cute girls here. A strangely disproportionate amount. I believe this is one of the dark secrets of this school. Try to warn you, man, but did you listen? Don't remember any such warning. Dark secrets. Yes, dark secrets. Extremely dark, like a black hole. Have you noticed that the number of girls in this school is slightly but significantly higher than the number of boys? It's like 60-40. Turns his head left off and stares at a distance at nothing. Why is it like this? I mean, to the untrained eye, it doesn't appear to be bad, but that is a full 20%. One would think the school is such a large pool of women would be a man's dream, but no! What I'm about to tell you could blow your mind. Are you ready? I don't know where this is going, but I think I would be missing out by cutting out now. No, I am not ready. I can only get as far as turning the doorknob before Kenji starts talking again, showing that he doesn't really care if my mind is blown or not. I believe that this school is a battleground, the site of a feminist infiltration. The disparity of the number of men to women is a clear sign of how far they have come. In case of this Cold War turns hot, they will have superiority in numbers. Just another skirmish in the eternal war of forces of the feminists. They are everywhere in Japan. Women outnumber men. It's not just 60-40, but it's only a matter of time, man. Even in America, women are the majority by a hair. They are building up their numbers. In the past, the buildup of military has always been the clearest sign of imminent war. We're not going to talk about war during this, guys. We're skipping. Japan is our first step. Our economy is badass, and the country itself is small and isolated. Yeah, a huge part of the Pacific in terms of political value. The preferred target. They are so cunning, as expected of women. Soon the day will come when Kenji's voice trails off ominously. That's why you can't trust them. You can't trust them. They will string you along and then kill you, just as they killed me. You'll end up just like me. Oh, heck no. I can't stop myself from blurting it out. Hey, what does that? What the heck does that even mean? You said it, not me. That's the best I can think of. So, you're not supposed to say something like that? Darn, so rude. Where was I? Oh yeah, vast feminist conspiracy. Stop it, stop. I lost you way back there somewhere. Somewhere around feminist infiltration. Too hard to follow? It's cool. I have some graphs and stuff in my room. And puppets. Do you like puppets? Do you like puppets? Those are the final words of a child who gets abducted. Do you like puppets? Okay, no puppets. No puppets. You don't like puppets? Okay, graphs are still cool though, right? He speaks energetically, responding almost before I'm done talking, moving his hands in an animated as he continues to rant on. This is too strange. I had him pegged as relatively normal, but it's clear that I was wrong. Something on your mind, dude? Just thinking about what it's like to be the last sane man in this insane world. Kenji frowns, looking deeply upset. You mean that's you? That can't be, because I'm the last sane man in this insane world. That is my dream. You can't just steal a man's dream. What the heck? There can't be two of the same men. That'll invalidate the whole last part. That part that's kind of important. There can only be one. Like in that foreign movie where you can only be one, and at the end, only one dude is left because that was the point. I've never seen anyone talk so heatedly and so defensively about absolutely nothing before. Anyway, if you wait there, I can get my graphs. I also have a list of other dark and complex conspiracies of the school holds. As tangled as, quick, finish my analogy for me. Be a pal, please. Please. I'm going to go to bed now. It's extremely late. It doesn't sound like an analogy, but, you know, whatever. I like you. Seem like a cool dude. Most people don't understand what I'm talking about, so when I try to explain the vast feminist conspiracies to them, denial is a terrible thing. Later. Got him. He claps me on the back and then vanishes into the room quickly and quietly. It's like he never even opened the door, but instead walked right through it like a ghost. I don't know if I can fully digest what just happened, so I give up and go to my room, kicking off my shoes before falling face first into my bed. It takes me some time to relax and get up so I can get started on homework. It's because the sheets are cool and comforting against my cheeks, and it feels good just lying there with my eyes closed. School is some kind of bizarre and surreal island. It's isolated on the top of the mountain, and each person is stranger than the last. That is not nice to say at a school for the disabled, you heartless jerk with a bad heart. Ironically, has a bad heart. I just can't seem to fit in. What irony. Lucy reality. One would think a fitting place that's made for people who are unfit anywhere else would be easy. Oh, you can see my mouse. Oh, sorry, guys. Okay. I'm going to give some weird animated faces back. I had no idea that you could see my... I'm so used to not having to click. Maybe I'm trying too hard. Although I say that, it doesn't help to take the edge off. And the words are left are echoing off my empty walls. I guess it's not as bad as I expected, though. This place really is more of a school and less of a hospital pretending to be a school than I thought it would be. If nothing else, the scenery is beautiful. I open my eyes, seeing the school book and pile of pills arranged side by side on my desktop. Maybe this place is too much like a normal school after all. Oh, he wanted something fancy. When are we going to get to the fancy photos? That's the only reason people play these things. Oh, I play them for the story. No, you don't. You play them for the cutscenes. That's why you're here. We all know this. I feel very tired this morning. I should probably just do a slideshow of all the images I had to censor. That might work out even better. I feel very tired this morning. Probably because yesterday itself was a very tiring day. On top of that, I woke up far earlier than necessary. After saying hi to Shizune and Misha, I start doing work as instructed from the board. It already looks like today is going to be heavy. I don't have a problem with that now, though Shizune and Misha might jump on me trying to get an answer about whether or not I decided to join the student council club. I am chatting with chocolate hearts. I don't have a problem with that now, though. Oh, I already did that council, even if it's just one day. I wouldn't put it past them to try it, and I don't have an answer for them. So if they do, so the situation is convenient for me. I read that sentence really wrong, but we're moving on. About 10 minutes into class, Hanako walks in and takes a seat, but no one looks at her. The teacher doesn't even comment on her lateness. He does, however, stop us to say we're going to break into groups again. I turn my head to see Shizune and Misha looking at me. Shizune gives me a smile that is equal part cute and menacing. This smile says, "We have you now. There is no escape." Hichan, it looks like we're together again. Yay, yay. Whoa, they're getting close. Misha leans sideways while Shizune pushes her desk closer to mine. There's really no escape now unless I were to jump through the window. Jumping out of the window doesn't seem the best option, sadly. What's wrong, Hichan? Oh, Hichan, have you been thinking about what we said yesterday? You said you think we were joining the student council, didn't you? Wrote that. It's okay, Hichan. We were talking about it after you left, and it would be rude to expect you to already have an answer for us early, right? Right. Ha 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 ha. I'm so happy you two are able to have a laugh at my expense, and even more pleased to know that you both, how crazy you two can be. Luckily, he kept that to himself. Now that that's over, Shizune snaps back into serious mode and smacks today's assignment with the back of her hand in an overly dramatic and important way. When I actually look at the stuff, it's mostly just reading. In fact, there are only two problems. I almost want to say something about how her rush to get started seems like a bit much, considering the small amount of work. In fact, Shizune probably knows how little there is and simply doesn't care. Yeah, it seems like the workload doesn't matter to her as much as the fact that there is work. The actual amount is unimportant. She approaches everything with the same level of ambition. It's the scarred girl again. I want you to leave this story. I want the girl without legs. While I'm reading, I let my eye wander around the room and catch Hanako trying her hand at solving the problems. It looks like she's working alone. Wait, am I seriously stuck in this route because I said I wanted to introduce myself? Better not be. Can't remember seeing her working with other people before. Thinking back to how shy she is, it's understandable. Hey, that girl over there. Who? Hichan? Her, Hanako, over there. Does she always work alone? I think so, Hichan. Do you feel sorry for her because she's alone? I was just thinking that maybe she could work with us or something. No, I don't think so. I don't think that's a good idea, Hichan. Why not? Hichan won't get along with us. Well, along with her. Oh, why? Misha shuffles around the question, letting out a laugh that sounds very strange. It's nervous, but it still has lifting up and down quality presence in everything she says. Just because Hichan, by now Shizune, has noticed our conversation, it makes me realize again how Misha has been signing everything she has been saying this whole time. What? Shichan? The friend of an enemy is my enemy? Wait, I said that wrong. Hold on. Enemy, I'm moving on. You said it anyway. I know, Hik-chan, it's fine if you overheard. I wonder if this is Misha's way of keeping things fair, since without her, I wouldn't be able to understand a thing Shizune is saying, and vice versa. Is that also why she signs all the time? So there is never a conversation Shizune will be left out of? Anyway, we should start out our problems now, Hik-chan. I think I'm saying the words with wrong emphasis at times. We finished with time to spare, so I decided to ask if there's any alternatives to the cafeteria, as frankly, the food has been subpar. Uh-oh. She sends Shizune and Misha arguing among themselves about their favorite restaurants, all of them downtown, so I don't think we have time to go all the way there. What about the bill? Are they arguing just for the fun of it? Maybe they seem so distracted. Oh, let's see. Distracted by it. No, sorry, I clicked it again. I went from 5 to 3. I look over my shoulders towards the back of the classroom. She seems to be studying her notes from a previous class. It's an odd sight. Everyone else in the class is busying themselves with lunch break. Socializing, gossiping, rearranging desks, the one with actual boxed lunches mixed in and chatting like everyone else, only interrupted by short bouts of eating. My throat's getting dry from all this reading. But when I watch Hanako, it feels that I'm the only one that can see her, almost as if she's invisible, sort of hiding in plain sight. Is she being bullied? Is she isolating herself from the rest of the class on her own accord? I need to see the girl without the legs. Girl without the legs. Alright, I see her look over her shoulder towards the classmate's rear door. Come to think of it, she hasn't turned a page since I started watching her. I guess she's watching for someone. What to do? Wait for Shizune and Misha to come to a decision. I guess? I don't know. Misha are still arguing about the choices for lunch. Incomprehensible for a pair of high school students having to take a taxi at least to make it to downtown and back in time. Haven't you finished already? Oh, sorry, Hik-chan. Were you waiting for us? Huh? You don't have any plans? Plans? For lunch? For lunch. Well, I don't. I thought I could hang out with you guys. Misha smiles victoriously at my lack of plans and excitedly translate my response to Shizune. Ah. If you don't have anything specific planned out, you want to eat lunch with us and Shi-chan. We are going to town for lunch though. Don't worry, Hik-chan, it's not that far. Sure, I'll come with you. And with that, we leave the classroom. Just around the corner of the hallway, something hits me in the chest with the force of a runaway train. Yes. Is this it? Yes! Time for hype music. Time for 1 minute ad because I don't know the whole timing of it. Or do I have 30? Do I have 30 minutes for it? All right. I'm going to click ad really quick, 1 minute. I'm still learning on how to deal with it. All right. And we're back. Got it. Finally. Opening her eyes, I see a pair of saucer-like green eyes looking up at me. There we go. They belong to a perpetrator. A short girl who bumped into me and now has fallen down onto the hallway floor. She wears a PE uniform and has a very worried frown. The former strikes me as rather strange a thing to have during a lunch break. More striking than that, though, is that she doesn't have legs. Or she does, but they're not flesh and bone. Her pale and very much flesh and bone thighs end in shins and feet made of black and metallic plastic-like material. They look disturbingly artificial and unnatural, and almost makes me forget that my chest is hurting. The girl winces and rubs her nose and jumps up. Oh man, hey, are you alright? Sorry about that, really. Twin Tails girl. I wasn't looking where I was going, and I just came out of nowhere. Sorry. She looks very apologetic in the hurt puppy way, looking apologetic. I quickly forget about being angry or anything, since hurt puppies are my weak spot. It's okay, don't worry about it. Ouch, I'm still hurt. Oh no, not the heart thing. I say that, but there's a stinging pain growing in my chest, and I know this is the biggest possible danger of my condition. Don't overexert yourself. Don't forget your medication, and don't get hit in the chest. I try to rub my solar plexus to chase the pain away, and holding my breath in an attempt to hear my heartbeat. No. It seems normal. Hey, should I get a nurse? The worried, high-pitched voice girl snaps it out of me. I stare at her for a few seconds, dumbfounded, until I realize that I probably looked worse off than I really was. Doubled over myself and looking all tense. Darn, I'm overly worried about my heart. No need, it's fine. Managing to say something in response, I pull myself upright, feeling my sore ribs one last time, and take a deep breath. She has knocked the wind out of me, big time, but it's nothing more than that. You sure you're okay? I hit you pretty hard. It's okay, I said it was fine. Nothing's broken, no harm done. That's good. I feel a hand on my shoulder at the same... Oh, something happened. Eep. Oh, she's looking mad. Okay. I don't have time to look behind me because Shizune is already shoving me aside and stomping over the girl, signing furiously at her. Miss Ibarzaki? I saw that. Running down the halls is strictly forbidden. Oh. Nisha translates right at Shizune's tail, but her voice is girlishly playful, not full of divine fury. Shizune's arms movements would be called for. Sorry, I was just gonna get some stuff and I was kind of in a hurry. You have been told this 1,000 times before. Your reckless behavior endangers other students, and even worse, explicitly against school's regulations. Give me those legs and get out of here. Alright. The girl blushes and starts fidgeting nervously like a child caught misbehaving. It's so cute I find myself smiling. I know that I was just make sure it doesn't happen again. Although I'm telling you this is futile and only causes me further headache when you choose to ignore my regulations. Got him, Emmy. Got him. The small girl sticks her tongue out in response. Oh, I gotta go. Teacher will have my head. I promised to help with the printouts, but I went running instead. Sorry, I gotta go change and everything. Before Misha and Shizune, or I can say anything, she's already bolted from where she was a second ago, almost halfway towards the stairwell. Shizune looks like she's about to go nuclear on the spot, so I smile at her in a vain attempt to calm her down. ... Are you okay, Hik-chan? That Izbaru Zakai girl is always like that, causing problems, something. You know, it's pretty certain Shizune wouldn't call me Hik-chan. Never mind. Yeah, anyway, I'm okay. Just got the wind knocked out of me. That's great, Hik-chan. I wouldn't call it great, but I let it slide this one time. So let's hurry, Hik-chan, to have lunch. We promise it'll be great. I'll take your word for it. What kind of place is it? A restaurant or something? ... It's a tea house, Hik-chan. A tea house. That sounds kind of fancy. Why are you looking at your wallet, Hik-chan? It's okay if you don't have any money. Alright. So it's almost 10:30. Here's my plan. Is that I will continue doing this, but I'll see if I can get some kind of collab situation going, so it's not just me saying all the lines, because sometimes it can be hard to differentiate, even for me when I'm saying it. And I think overall having like a different male say a different male voice and a female saying a female voice, that might help. So I might try to get people in the future maybe to do that. So right now it is we are all set for tonight. Tomorrow is Ratchet and Clank. We're getting closer and closer. And then I'll see if anybody is interested in potentially joining us for this. So we'll see. I think that would help out a lot, but you know, don't hold your breath on it. We don't know. But people are always nice. But thank you for the 3 that have been here. Yeah, I need water. It always makes me feel a lot more confident and happy when I see other people watching the stream one way or another, and hopefully enjoying kind of the weirdness of it. And we didn't get to the sexy weird part yet, so if you want that, come back. All right. So we will see you tomorrow for Ratchet and Clank. All right. Take care here. You guys are the best. Bye.